welcome to Arghh channel. We are M3 Movies on YouTube. We talk about movies and films and stuff.
Hello, what? Here, come scoot closer to the mic. Hello, welcome to M3 Movies. I'm Jack.
I'm Ryan.
And today we are joined by an M3 Movies resident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Say your name.
Aiden.
It's Aiden.
Hi.
Wallace James O'Meara.
He was going to be on a podcast by himself.
Oh, yeah.
But the silly boy talked too quiet.
I forgot what we even talked about on that.
Yeah, I forget what we talk about on a weekly basis.
Same.
Yeah. I listened to your show with Eric last week.
Oh, did you like it?
It was a good one.
That was my show with Eric.
That was with you, not
Yeah. Hey, thanks for crunching so super loud throughout the entire thing.
That wasn't me, it was Eric.
Eric.
That was with the vegetable
Unbelievable.
sticks. That's
veggie straws.
Simply unbelievable.
That's a good M3 moment. Is Eric?
Anybody want some? There's like very few left, and
He's
they're
spent
almost
a
certainly
solid 2
stale.
or 3 minutes explaining why he was eating veggie chips. It was a really strange moment.
What a man. I love Eric, but Jesus.
I did like you having to walk Eric through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eric had like a very baseline knowledge of all the stories.
I can't believe.
I assume you guys hadn't done any prep.
No, zero.
Oh, we never.
Yeah. So it was just like you telling him the basis.
Oh no,
of
I
every
had like
story,
shown him the stories.
but he didn't have like any further knowledge of anything, so he
No.
couldn't really add on any. It was just like
It was a good week though for Eric because there was just so much, just absurdity.
Oh
was
yeah,
just
that was
Barbra
the,
Streisand.
That was the Streisand one.
Oh,
that was
good stuff.
Remember Streisand? I remember you getting inconceivably mad about Captain Marvel for about 5 minutes.
For the second
it was
time,
much longer than
in a
5
row,
minutes.
I might
Second time
add.
was a
Yeah.
long time. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I think me liking that movie makes you hating that movie
You like
even
Captain
more
Marvel?
fun.
I mean, I
thought-
haven't seen it.
I thought it was just totally fine. It was like a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Miserable, miserable
For me,
experience.
it was just the most solid average movie. I don't know.
Terrible movie.
So,
God awful. Scene to scene awful.
can all of our intros just be us
Can
talking
you check
about...
out their other movies, though, so you don't think they're terrible directors?
It's Half Nelson people, right?
Yeah, Half Nelson, Mississippi Grind, fantastic movies.
Can we just start all of our podcasts with reviewing the podcast from the week before?
Yes.
Is this an okay
Please
like
do that.
food for the podcast? I'm eating oranges.
I can do like what,
I mean, sure, I guess we'll find out later, but...
Mhm.
Do you know the Hot Ones show?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, there's a guy that has a channel. He's like been on the show before. He just reviews every Hot Ones episode. I can do that for you guys. I just
please do.
I do an hour
For an hour
podcast
straight.
reviewing your hour podcast.
Can you like put us on your new Instagram page?
Oh,
Yeah.
the review
Plug,
page?
plug.
Yeah.
Plug,
M3
plug.
Movies episode 25. This was a weak one, guys.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're M3 Movies. Also, I forgot to mention we're joined by Teddy, Brian's dog.
That's the tiny man I was referring to.
Also, by the way,
He's really
I'm
cute.
definitely stealing that idea.
What?
Your thing that you do on Instagram.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna do it on
Oh
the
yeah, that's
M3
pretty good.
account.
We'll plug it. I'll put it in the bio
plug
in the
that.
link below. No,
I'm
just gonna start doing it on the M3 account.
How boring I am when I write. Like in
No, it's good. It's
in
quick.
conversation-
It's succinct.
In conversation, I'm the one that comes on the show and talks about slammy cunt and the fuck sticks. But then on that one, I'm just like, this was a riveting experience from Gaspar Noé, and I really loved how he.
I like how you
emulates-
still use like vile, but like in a good way.
Oh yeah, I when I saw Climax, and I saw that in LA at I want to say that was the ArcLight, but I could be wrong. And I walked out, and the first thing I texted Brian was, I think he mentioned wanting to see it, and I was like, that is a vile assault of a movie, and I loved every second of it. Because that it's like one of like 5 movies ever where I walked out just being like, I don't feel good. I feel disgusted and wrong.
Wow.
But it's a masterpiece, so go see it. It's not in theaters anymore.
I feel like I'm getting louder with the oranges with each one.
I get the distinct feeling this is going to be a long ass podcast this week.
Whenever
Let's just have like a
there's
2-hour episode.
there's
Oh
at
my
least-
god, can we not actually?
I
People
thought
will
we,
tune out.
We would do like box office battles in sophomore year
Oh my
for Robinson journalism,
Which was just movie fights, by the way.
it was just movie fights, but it would be like 3 hours long,
Jesus.
and then like,
Can I
we
just
would
say
not
that-
edit it at all.
Can I just say there was one time that I had a little editing snafu with one of the podcasts, and it happened to be that there was like an hour of blank nothingness
Yeah.
after it actually
Oh
ended.
yeah.
I have
Remember
gotten
that?
so many people who have like actually looked into the podcast who are like, "Hey, why is this one 2 hours long?"
Yeah, I'm actually
I'm
not.
sorry.
I'm not gonna bullshit. Like, I actually like. I usually like. I'll like listen to you guys like when I'm like working or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I had it set, and then I just didn't notice. Like I thought like my autoplay was off, and then I turned, and I just like been giving you guys an hour of viewership.
Hey man,
It's
God bless you.
It's because we normally don't really say anything either. Just kind of yelling and screaming.
Yeah. For a bit, I was like worried for you. I was like, did you just like lose
Did you
sound
die?
for an hour?
Could you imagine?
No.
But if you guys had
If we
recorded an
started the
thought-
podcast,
I
and we
thought
just
I
went for
lost
an
the
hour-
Eric podcast.
Oh no!
I thought I did. I had to close the app and restart it, and luckily when I opened it again, it was there. But that was a scare. I didn't like that.
I think we
So
all
anyway.
have like the we fucked up a recording and never uploaded like
It's happened to me 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, or where it was just like I don't know how I can like publish this in any way. Like
Yeah.
Brian came on my show on like the show that I used to do,
Midcast.
the Midcast when I had
Oh, is it
time.
done? Is it officially done now?
I just have no time to do it.
Right.
And then also just it was hard to get like, cause like for that kind of show it's hard to get guests.
Right.
Because like we have like a lot of movie people that we definitely know, but it's hard to
Yeah.
get people for like music and politics. Like
Sure.
it's harder. But
Music and politics and movies, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
The 8 and 3.
exactly.
That's about it.
Philosophy. We had Dean on. It was just like an hour of philosophy. That was fun.
Philosophy or quote unquote philosophy?
No philosophy.
Because I don't want to brag or anything, but I did read the Tao of Pooh, so I know a thing or two.
Okay.
So, you know.
We're still in the intro.
If you
We
wanna-
are! It's hell.
Let's talk about some
Um,
Kant real quick.
So yeah,
I have not
we're
even
M3
glanced
movies.
at the,
6 minutes in, we're M3 movies.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I haven't glanced
Um,
at the sheet yet.
Hey, if you're listening on YouTube, shut up and die.
I listen on YouTube.
Then shut up and die, because we are now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, Radio Public, and I think one more, and I don't know why that isn't in there. But you can find us just about everywhere in the universe on Anchor.fm, or more specifically Anchor.fm/M3movies. And that is more beneficial to us because we actually get paid for that, which is pretty nifty.
I'm gonna spend the next minute not speaking and trying to figure out which superhero movies Brian owns on Blu-ray. So
I already told
Okay,
Dylan.
go for it.
I already told Dylan that for his graduation present, I think I'm gonna give him my Phase 2 collection. That was really expensive.
Wow.
oh, that thing. Oh yeah.
I bought that when I still loved Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is more expensive than I care to admit.
Wait, do we have to get graduation presents for people?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
I
God.
was
No,
gonna
Oh,
we
say,
my
definitely
God.
don't. But I was like, I need it.
But
But I was like, I need an excuse to
Yeah.
give that to Dylan because I definitely need to give it to Dylan. And
I
I'm
spent.
gonna look.
I spent.
His birthday was a month ago.
I know, but I didn't think about it then.
I spent close to $200 on Christmas presents, and
Yeah.
I think 2 people
That's
gave me
a
things
lot.
back. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. And Danilo
Um,
just bought me dinner, which was sweet.
So yeah,
Aw,
anyway,
yeah.
Give us money and hey, make
It's
it easier. Make it easier for yourself and close that YouTube browser and just listen to us on the go.
Does Big Hero 6 count as a superhero movie?
Yes.
Okay, so.
All right. So yeah, you can find us anchor.fm/M3movies. Help us out and just have a good old time. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, kudos, good for you. We love you more than the people that are listening on YouTube.
They're like a shocking amount. He's still counting.
Yeah.
They're like a shocking
I'm
amount.
not counting those. I'm counting individual movies. So
Yeah, but
the
I'm-
collection doesn't count.
It's like a shocking amount of newer movies, I think,
Yeah.
for me. Like
Right.
Civil War's on there, which is
I
like
am-
fairly recent.
I'm loving the Criterion
I
Collection
didn't
movies up
see
there.
Civil
though.
War.
Yummy, yummy.
Oh, I see it now. Sorry. Okay, 4.
It's there. It's just tiny.
Rosemary's
Doctor Strange. Did you count
Baby.
Doctor Strange? That one doesn't have the name on the side.
Oh, is it not? Oh, is it a steelbook or something?
Mhm.
Okay, fine.
Um,
Oh, yeah, I see that now. I have the same
Right.
steelbook.
Yeah, you have the same steelbook. I was gonna say.
Do we want to get into the first
You can
segment?
keep going. I'm totally,
Yeah, okay,
I'm
then
totally
let's,
aware
uh,
of what's happening. I'm just counting this. Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's go to our Arghh Ye Mateys. Go jingle.
We like the work of these certain celebrities, and so we're going to appreciate them and what they've done.
I put down a Q instead of a number. That's fun. Okay, so just like last time, I goofed
It's
up
14.
and
Sorry.
oh my god, I goofed up and forgot to put
Really?
a.
One of
Should
them's
we
Batman
explain
versus
what this
Superman,
is?
though.
One's BVS.
One
and
Suicide Squad.
Suicide
This is the
Squad,
most
and then also
unorganized episode
2
we've
that I
done.
like, where it's like they're not like a part of a franchise. It's kind of hard as Big Hero 6 and Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah.
Yep.
Should we explain what Arghh Ye Mateys is?
No.
It's short for C-Talk, which is short for Celebrity Talk, which
Having
was
listened
given to us
every
by
episode,
Dylan
You guys have
Clark.
been coming this like every episode for like the past 2
Yeah, I know.
months.
I'm planning on continuing to make
Can we
comments
please
on
do
how
my strategy
stupid
of
this
picking
name
random
is.
movies?
What?
I do want to talk about Joaquin Phoenix, though. Sorry, I'm spoiling what your poll is, but yeah.
Then
I actually
all
will
right.
with the
Did you put up the
Let's
poll?
just well no I
Like
didn't,
late?
which is what we're talking. I didn't do the poll, so we're just gonna have a guest choose thing, which I guess we
Bullshit.
can start doing. Shut up, Brian. Shut up. You're now, by the way, eating goldfish, which are
I'm way
loud.
over here, man.
It's 15. I missed Dark Knight. 15.
Yeah, because I have the Dark Knight there, and I have the collection.
Oh, I guess we got, so that's 16, 17. How many are in that collection?
It's all 3. How many are in that one?
Yeah.
It's all of Phase 2. I think 5 or 6.
So add
I think it's 5.
5, so that's 20. Yeah, 20.
Did you get Paddington?
Yeah,
I do have Paddington 2. I don't think I have Paddington 1.
You do have Paddington.
Yeah, Paddington
I'm
1.
looking
I don't
at it
see
right
Paddington
now.
2.
Yeah,
Paddington 2's
actually.
around somewhere. I don't know where it is right now.
Anyway, so yeah, let's just go ahead and act like I'm giving you the names that you don't already know and don't know. Okay, Aiden, you have the choice between Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly. What will you choose?
I love John C. Reilly, but I want to talk about Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, we're already going to talk about Joaquin Phoenix later.
Yeah, but not his career in life.
Sure we will.
I
Ah,
probably
whatever.
will if you want to do John C. Reilly, though.
Or we can do what I was doing last time and pick random movies off the wall and pick an actor.
Fine, let's do that then.
Yes!
Brian, let's just
This is what I did
throw
with Eric. It
everything
was
to the
so
wall.
fun.
Unbelievable.
Except we picked Frances McDormand and then didn't talk at all about Frances McDormand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michael Fassbender from Shame, or
You didn't say Carey Mulligan, you're sexist?
Unbelievable. I love Carey
Jamie
Mulligan.
Foxx from Collateral.
Ooh.
Can we talk about Carey Mulligan?
Fassbender.
Fassbender.
Fassbender, definitely. Of those two. Just because Jamie Foxx becomes you can't talk about anything post Django. Literally anything. I mean, Annie.
So now we're talking about Jamie Foxx.
Robin
I want you to
Hood.
clarify.
Sorry, Robin Hood.
I want to clarify. We're not talking about Jamie Foxx.
I can talk about Robin Hood for literally 3 hours if you want me to.
No, let's do
I
Fassbender,
could
let's do
endlessly
Fassbender.
talk about Robin Hood.
Why can't we talk about Carey Mulligan?
Okay,
She was
to
in
be
an
fair,
episode of Doctor Who.
He was the first person He was the first person I saw.
Carey
on the
Mulligan,
cover.
in Education, Never Let Me Go, Shame, and Mudbound. That's all I can think of.
Have you seen Wildlife?
No, I started that. My cousin is in that, but I have
Your
not.
cousin is in that?
Yeah, she's the lead in
Well,
the
who's
Scary
your cousin?
Stories movie. I didn't realize she was the lead because she told me it was segmented. What is making me think that they reworked the script or something, because she said that it was segmented, and then now watching it, it looks like a linear.
What, Wildlife?
No, the
Oh,
Scary
sorry.
Stories, the Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Looks
who's
good though.
Zoe Margaret Coletti.
What's your cousin's name?
Zoe Margaret.
I just
Coletti.
said it out loud.
How should I trust you?
Trust Brian or trust me? I'm confused.
Her?
Yes, I assume yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, her, and then Ian Coletti is her brother.
Make her listen to the podcast.
He's on Preacher.
Make
I
her
was
listen.
talking to him recently. He's filming in Australia right now.
Tell your cousin that we talked about her, and we will right now talk about Zoe Margaret Coletti, who was in Wildlife. Which
Also-
I
is
never really told
Also-
you about her.
Also,
Oh, I don't pay
completely,
attention to you.
completely unplanned. Also in Annie, but she.
Oh
was,
my God, she was.
She's one of the orphan girls in Annie.
No, because we've talked about this. Because I remember that time I was like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but she's the lead in Scary Story to Tell in
Yeah,
Dark.
you were not allowed to say that. I felt.
I
really
asked you.
Bad. No,
Oops.
you asked me post. You asked me after it was published.
Oh
Did
my
I
God.
actually?
Yeah.
Wait, we could have gotten famous. Well,
Yeah, that
Well,
that
no.
wasn't a thing yet.
I mean, maybe we.
I
could
think
have
that was
gotten
announced
big off of
literally
that.
the day after you published it. So
Yeah, I think that's
it
why.
doesn't really
No,
matter,
I think it was
but-
like the day we published it, because that's why I didn't text you probably.
Yeah.
You could have, honest to God, have gotten big off of that.
Yeah.
Is that your cousin with Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Andre Overdahl, I assume.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
So we're not talking about either of the people we talked
Yeah.
Okay, so who we pick again?
Michael Fassbender.
Oh, Fassbender. Okay.
we haven't even talked about.
So
it
I
a
think
little bit.
Fassbender is the best actor of all time solely because of Alien Covenant.
And also his dick.
Yes, it really should have got it cut at some point though. It's like a sock with no
Wow,
elastic.
this is a lot.
But-
Hey, good lord.
No, but he in Alien Covenant, when he's playing both of the androids and he's teaching the older model, teaching the younger model how to play the flute. and he just says, "You do the blowing and I'll do the fingering."
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
one
God.
of the all-time movie lines to me. Because, like, it has to have been written with intention. Like, there's no way someone writes, "You do the blowing and I'll do the fingering."
Right,
With not
meaning it.
knowing what they're saying. But then they also never have sex, which is a frustrating thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry that you had to not see Michael Fassbender have sex with himself.
Yeah.
I have.
Shame, I got he jerks off.
Yeah, he jerks
Shame.
off a lot in Shame.
Oh, not like that.
That's having sex with yourself.
No,
Can
it's
we
not.
not get into
Wait,
this?
Not to the extent that he could have had an alien
Yes,
covenant.
that would have been a beautiful moment. Michael Fassbender clone sex?
Oh my.
Hell yes.
Did you mean
That should
Star
have
Wars
been the
Clone
ending to us.
To us. Oh, it was
Lupita
Michael
Nyong'o.
Fassbender.
They just
walks-
walk
Lupita
in on
Nyong'o
Michael
clone
Fassbender.
sex.
Lupita. Oh, wow, okay. But not that clone. That would not have been.
No, yeah.
Just hearing, like, instead of a moan, you just say, "Oh,
Oh, no!
Just
No,
that. Just
no,
like-
I don't like that.
I really don't want to talk about this.
Oh, this is really good. Y'all check it out.
It is really good.
It's really good.
I finally saw it.
Glowing reviews about Jordan Peele's Us. I wish
That's another
Lupita
alternate ending.
Nyong'o had
Just have
sex
it
with
be Michael
herself.
Fassbender and his tether.
Have you guys seen Frank?
No.
Frank is fantastic. He's
Yeah.
brilliant in Frank.
Very good.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird movie.
Is that also Carrie Mulligan?
No, that's Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie. No, it's not. It is Maggie Gyllenhaal. Sorry, I'm confusing Maggie Gyllenhaal and Michelle Monaghan right now.
There you go. Michelle
Dumb bum.
Monaghan is.
Mission Impossible 3.
I haven't seen it.
No, okay. We're talking about Michael Fassbender. Sorry. Michael Fassbender. He's brilliant in Shame.
He is.
He's fantastic in Hope He's a Slave.
He is.
He's great in Steve Jobs.
Oh, he's so good in Steve Jobs.
What was
He's
the
really
the
good.
snowman? Snowman?
The Snowman.
Not good in the Snowman.
The snowman?
Well, the Snowman is not his fault though.
Yeah.
That is because like if you're like read like
I
what
remember
happened
Brian,
there.
Brian was so excited for that movie.
I
when
was
it
too.
came
It's a
out.
good trailer.
Yeah.
No, the issue with the Snowman was that they didn't finish
They didn't
filming.
finish filming,
Yeah, so like they filmed like 75% of it, and then they just had no money.
You know, I
and
gotta
wanna
say,
it was Warner.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, been there. It's awful.
Yeah, and then they had it was originally gonna be what's that guy's? What's the director's name? I'm blanking on it right now.
I don't know.
The guy that Tinker Tailor.
John
I really can't know. He's Norwegian, I think.
Bradley.
He's Swedish because he did Let the Right One In.
Tim.
It's not Tim.
Tim.
No.
I can look for you. Keep
Yes.
going.
But anyway, and then it was gonna be his like resident editor that he always uses, but then they brought in Thelma Schoonmaker, who's like Scorsese's
Thomas
like
Alfredson.
Thank you.
Close to Tim.
Yeah.
They brought in Schoonmaker to like try to recut that, and then even she couldn't like salvage what was there. It's a real rough movie. I watched it on HBO recently, but so yeah, he's had like a bit of a slump recently. Like that Assassin's Creed is
Oh
unbearably
my god,
bad.
he was in that.
He's bad in it. Alien Covenant, I think he's like the great part of that movie, and then the surrounding is not amazing. He's
I
great
like
in
him.
Prometheus.
I like him as Magneto a lot.
I did.
I have not seen Apocalypse though.
Yeah,
to be fair.
that movie has the syndrome of like actors that absolutely do not want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lawrence is the most obvious one because she looks fucking deceased on screen, but and then McAvoy I think kind of cares because I think McAvoy is mostly like a good actor who just like doesn't really care what he does.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would like to think he's gonna come back soon. I think the only movie he has currently slated is Dark Phoenix.
And Kung Fury 2.
That's like in development hell, isn't it though?
Probably.
That's been, and he was gonna do a movie about like a convicted murderer for a while, but I think that was canceled.
Oh god, the Snowman was his
Sandler,
last
isn't it?
movie.
Yeah.
Like not last.
That was his most recent movie.
Wait.
He had like a couple of years where it was like, oh, is he done? Because he had high profile flops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Assassin's Creed was a big flop. Apocalypse was a big disappointment.
Alien Covenant.
He was in
Yeah,
Macbeth.
the Covenant was like well reviewed enough, and he got a lot of praise for it.
Yeah.
But it made no money and
Hey,
basically ended the franchise.
How was
But
Macbeth? Did you watch that?
I love Macbeth.
Yeah? They're
I
making
know-
another Macbeth movie.
Yeah, that's the Coen. One of the Coens is doing that with Denzel and Frances McDormand. But his Macbeth I actually love. It's the same director as Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, I think that was mostly Ubisoft and Sony were like really controlling that movie. Like a Ubisoft exec literally said, we don't want it to be a good movie because then we have to invest in more movies. We're like, we just want to get awareness for the game, which is like weird. It's already like one of the biggest franchises in gaming, so I don't really know what awareness they need.
Yeah, no.
If anything, it just kind of hurt the reputation.
They knew Red Dead 2 was coming.
This was like 3 years before that came out. Wasn't it? Yeah.
But Red Dead 2 was in development for years.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because it was very in depth.
I think they probably cranked it out in a couple of months.
Very good game. I loved that game.
Yeah.
But no, the
We'll start a video game podcast later.
I would be good for 2 episodes, and then I would fall off quickly.
Speaking of, if you want to take Uncharted 4, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
you
sure, I'll
still
take
have
it.
my Uncharted 4 copy?
Yeah, it's over there.
I forgot you had that.
I never finished it, but
Okay.
at this point I'm not going to.
That's
Let's
okay.
be honest.
Do you still have Lost in Translation somewhere?
If you can find it in the pile, then it's there. I haven't seen it in a while. I could have sworn I gave it back to you.
I think I
but
see it right there.
One day we'll have
take
like a recording space, and that would be really nice.
No.
Oh.
Fingers crossed. I want a recording space.
Macbeth is fantastic.
I started watching
really well
Macbeth,
shot.
and I liked visually what I was seeing, and I liked like the performances, but I just hate Shakespeare and listening to Shakespeare dialogue, so I couldn't finish
You're a
it.
piece of shit.
It's so
It's
frustrating.
boring. It's not.
I
it's not
love
suited
Shakespeare.
For,
Like I
well,
think
sure,
Shakespeare
yeah.
is brilliant. Like no matter I can watch endless retellings of Shakespeare. Like not every story is great. I think Romeo and Juliet is a piece of garbage, but like there's certain Shakespearean stories that I can watch in any format of language, any format of filmmaking style, any period setting.
I don't know, man. I think you're on your own there.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of people still like Shakespeare.
No, man. No. You're probably on your own in thinking that Shakespeare was a genius.
Yeah, no, he really fell off when the whole Me Too thing came out about him.
Oh God! What if Shakespeare got Me Too? Oh, God. That's a great funny or die skit. Shakespeare getting Me Too. But I like Macbeth and King Lear.
Cool.
The Tempest.
Let's move on from Arghh Ye Mateys because we're 20 minutes in. And
I think
we have a lot.
We've
We've got a lot.
Fassbender for 10 seconds of that.
This is
Yeah.
going
Who cares?
to be very long.
Also, I would say check out Slow West as well with him. He's really good in that.
You ever say Song to Song?
I started that. I don't think I ever finished because it was really long. That was
Yeah, it was really long.
That was like Malik. I don't know if this is in your movie news, but Malik changed the title for his new it was called Radagund, and I think now it's called like a Hidden World or something like that.
Who is this?
Terrence Malick.
Oh,
He's a great director who's made some garbage recently, but he
I know that name.
he didn't make movies for 20 years, and then he came back and made my favorite movie, one of my top 3 at least. But he's making a new one. It's I think it's in German. It's about like a guy that was a conscientious objector to the Third Reich, and he refused to be drafted. And it's probably gonna be at Cannes this year.
Let's move on.
That's fun.
Let's go to new releases, please.
Yeah, go
Cool.
for it. Go for it, bud.
Go for it, honey baby.
Oops. Let's go to new releases. Go jingle.
New releases, new releases, new releases. They're out today, or tomorrow, or next week, or maybe they're already out. Who's to say?
How was that stroke?
What?
How was that stroke?
Oh, it was rough. I got through it though. We got 2. Shazam! Oh man! Oh, I just turned into a big buff dude, a superhero.
See, this is
We saw this and both
this is
liked
bad
it a
'cause we
lot.
both seen it.
And
Oh, you
both
have?
liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It's very
I
good.
haven't seen it.
I gave it a 9
Thanks,
out of 10
thanks
on
for
my
inviting
Instagram
me, guys.
page.
I give it like I'm rating on like a 7.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say
Like a
7.
7.
I think it's really good.
I do want to see it. It looks
Very
fun.
good.
Does it?
Very sweet.
It's fun.
It looks like something that just kind of doesn't really take itself too seriously. It's just kind of a fun, good romp.
It doesn't, but I still think it's really emotional. Like it still delivers a few really good
It
emotional
does.
terms. Yeah,
Yes, it does.
yeah.
I agree.
It's really satisfying consistently.
That's-
Like it's.
I think it's
yeah.
at its best when it's just being a comedy, though.
Yeah, sure, but I think that even
Like it does fall into a lot of bad superhero tropes for me, or not a lot, but like.
I think the only one I think the only one that it does really for me, actually maybe 2, is the very beginning, like the very first opening, like 2 minutes, do have like a lot of setup. I think
Yeah.
mostly it's because like this is a character that people like don't know that well, so you
Yeah.
have to kind of introduce that world, and then The ending I think is consistently effective, but it could have been trimmed. Like the final fight goes on for
A long time.
30 minutes,
Holy.
35 minutes. Like it's
a
long,
long
Oh my
but it's
God.
very small scale,
Yeah.
which is cool. But despite having like a lot of characters actually like in this one kind of confined space, it still feels very small.
Solo.
Just a moment of silence. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I think it's really good. It's David F. Sandberg did a pretty good job.
I did.
I mean, going from like horror to this is a pretty good leap.
The
It's good. Zachary Levi's great,
I have
Zachary Levi is really good.
and the kid, well, the kid who's Shazam, but also his friend, the guy from It.
The guy from It, he's the one in It that like his mom makes him take all the medicine.
Yeah,
He's really good.
he's fantastic. He's really funny. Like
He is really funny.
He has a lot of good, like, great timing.
I think my biggest problem is the villain. I don't love the
I
villain.
like
Yeah, I
I
was
like
just
the
gonna
villain
say,
because
Don't love the villain. I like the ideas behind the villain.
yeah,
he,
and, like,
I
I
think
like
Mark Strong's performance is pretty good.
it is. I like certain scenes with the villain, and I like the ideas behind the villain.
Yeah.
But I don't like the just execution.
I don't think he's great. Like I wouldn't mention him as like a top tier comic book movie villain, but I think he's like the way that he isn't just like the literal inverse of the hero, but the way that they play with the idea of him sort of being like the same guy on a very different path is kind of interesting.
He seems very much lame.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't think
everything
so.
that I see of him. It's I don't know. It doesn't feel very inspired.
I don't like the way in which he accesses powers.
Yes.
Is very stupid and a little dull, but from like a writing perspective, I think he's pretty interesting. It's just and performance level is pretty great, but there's just certain it's like the way in which he is a supervillain is the least interesting aspect.
Yeah.
But I still think he's like good. Like I think he's like totally like a fine villain with some interesting elements. But,
Yeah.
but ultimately he like does not matter.
Yeah. No,
he's
like I
not-
said, like that movie's in its
he's
at its
he's,
best
he's on
when,
screen for
when it's just a comedy.
35 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. I have like it's like
Yeah.
near 2.5 hours, like 2 hours 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not on screen much. It's mostly that like the best part is the middle. The middle is
Yes.
fantastic.
Correct.
Like there's like not a bad note for like about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's really great. Like the whole middle section is hilarious.
Yeah.
Well done.
Pet Cemetery. I don't really know much about this.
I don't
to be
know. Are we
honest.
still seeing this tomorrow? I have no idea.
I
I know
don't
that
think-
Dylan
I don't
and
think
Ramsey
I am.
can't make it. Yeah.
I cannot go.
Yeah. I might just see it in Boston.
We can go.
You want to go like Friday night? When do you fly in?
I'm going to Blue Man Group Friday night.
Oh,
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
No more
Saturday
than-
night.
I'm a blue man.
Afternoon.
Sure.
Like,
What time
what-
afternoon? We're just planning this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like a 5-ish?
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Like if we can get like a 5 o'clock show, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Because then like dinner's immediately after.
Yeah, because I have to do stuff with my mom's friend.
Hey, if you're
Yeah.
listening
Also,
at
I'm for sure
home,
gonna be mad.
This is fun content.
if
right?
you're
Yeah.
listening at home and are wondering why
Because
this
Dylan's not gonna be in
podcast is
Boston.
3 hours long, this is
Yeah.
exactly why.
Dylan's not going to be in Boston.
Yeah, he's the next week.
He's going next week now. He was going to come this week.
Yeah.
Because he got into NYU. I think he's going to New York now.
Yeah.
I really hope you find that interesting.
All right.
So that was our talk on Pet Cemetery.
It looks really good, and I've heard good things.
I've heard
I
good
can't
things as
speak
well.
to it.
I
don't
like
know. The director's first movie is a bit rough,
What
but
is it?
What's
it's called
his name?
Starry Eyes. I forgot. I don't know how to. I think that
What's his name?
Kevin Kolsch.
Farquaad, Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch the original one probably tonight. I bought it on Blu-ray because
That
they
one I've heard
re-released
isn't
it.
actually really too great.
It's not.
I like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's great. It isn't as like the book is one of the few King books I like.
Yeah.
I think King has an issue of. I mean, he's been honest. He's like, I was doing like a lot of cocaine back then. 'Cause it's like he writes a lot.
Right.
Like it's worse than George R. R. Martin, where like he goes into ridiculous detail.
Mhm.
Like I think it is like an unbearable reading experience because he just every fucking thing is like
A lot of
so
people agree
detailed.
with that, I think.
Also, there's
probably
the
why
thing
there's
where
two
they
movies.
run a train on Beverly, in the first half, which is a really strange thing to read, and the magic frog. It's a weird fucking movie or book.
Wait, what phrase did you use for that?
Run a train.
Run a train. Is that an actual phrase?
Yeah, run a train.
Unfamiliar.
I wasn't gonna say. I'm not gonna say the beep.
Oh no.
Beep. You know, I'm not gonna use the actual
Yeah.
word we would use for that because you know
It's an orgy where like it's one guy and all the guys take, or it's one girl.
one girl,
and
or
all
it
the
can
guys
be,
take
or
turns.
it can be a guy.
I guess it could be a guy. Yeah.
You typically wouldn't say run a train
Right.
if it was a guy and several girls because you know then at that point it's more
This is gonna
enjoyable
be...
for all involved.
This
It's typically a rape situation, typically.
Yeah.
But
is gonna go down as one of the
oftentimes
worst
a
podcasts
pleasurable
in
or porn
podcast history.
experience. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate.
You ever run a train, Jack?
You ever run a train?
Unbelievable. Oh my god. Oh, Brian, you got a lot of Lego games.
I do have a lot of Lego games. I thought
A
Lego
lot of
games were
trains
really
and
cool.
Lego. You can build a Lego train set.
Stop! Movie news. We're 30 minutes in. Let's
Pet
go.
Sematary looks good.
It does look
Yeah,
good.
yeah, sure.
Jason
I probably
Clarke.
won't watch it. I have a weak little.
He doesn't go.
baby
We should start him with Us.
With us?
Oh,
Us isn't
yeah, I'm definitely
super
gonna watch
scary.
it.
I think
doesn't
Us
look
is the
super
scariest
scary.
movie I've seen in theaters ever.
Really?
I cannot think of one that is scarier.
Okay, to
Maybe
be
it's just
fair-
because Carolyn was really freaked out.
Okay.
When I saw
Hereditary.
Yeah. No, Hereditary, like...
I think it's worse than Hereditary.
No, Hereditary, I was, like,
Really?
convulsed. For me, it's The Witch. The Witch, I was convulsing
I
in my
didn't see
seat.
The Witch
like,
in
I was
theaters, and I also don't think it was that
horrified.
scary.
Wow.
I think it's a different experience in theater because I mean, like in total blackness as just like particularly like the scene with when the witch is like crawling out and like
Yeah.
seducing the kid, or the scene when the kid is having like the you know witch
Yeah.
stroke is horrifying on film.
Yeah.
But the in theaters, but Hereditary for me, I saw it with Katie, and I remember there was the scene with.
Did you not see that with us?
No, I didn't see it with you.
Are you
I may
sure?
have at some point followed. The first time I saw it was like opening night with Katie, Allison,
Are you sure?
Devin.
I could have sworn you were there.
I might have seen it with you afterwards.
No, I saw it opening night.
Oh, then no.
Oh my god, this
No.
again? Jesus.
Oh, sorry. Okay, but the scene with when Toni Collette's like in the corner of
Yeah.
the room, I didn't notice her at first.
Yeah.
Because I was still obsessing over the shot when like all the naked people like around the house and how
Yeah.
like brilliant that editing decision is. But I didn't see it, and then Katie like slapped me across the face, like just like slapped my cheek and went, "There's a fucking person. There's a fucking person in the corner." And then I was like, "Holy Jesus, fucking!" I like started just like shifting in my seat, like I was like, "Holy Jesus!"
Wow.
No, Us.
I thought Us was just absolutely
Us?
terrifying.
I think it might be
From-
scarier when I see it next time.
From the
but-
moment, like, stuff starts happening to the end credits, I was, like, just uncomfortable and just scared.
But there's a lot of jokes, so
There
it
is a
kind
lot
of
of
breaks
jokes,
the
but
tension.
still,
It's funnier than Get
sometimes.
Out is.
I don't think it's funnier than Get Out is.
I think it's funnier than Get Out. I think Winston Duke alone is
Winston Duke is
hilarious.
very funny. He's definitely...
Also, just the fuck the police scene is just like all
which one?
the fuck the police scene
Oh, it's
when
so
NWA
good.
is that is like
so good.
like top 3 or 4 record drops in film. It's a perfect beat. But no, like when I saw Us at a screening, you didn't make it, right?
No, I did not.
Okay, that's right. I'm trying to remember. I saw it with Daniel, and I remember the just like there was a like it was like a screening audience, which typically like is the worst audience
Yes.
all the time because they're like we're here for free, we didn't pay for it, we don't care.
Yeah.
And the woman next to me
That was A Quiet Place. Oh, my God.
oh yeah, that was not that was bad.
I hate
There was a woman next to me with her boyfriend. She was like, I don't know, 20 or something. And then like the scene when they're debating over who's I was like vague spoiler, sorry. When they're debating over who's gonna get to drive the car.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't hear dialogue for about 2 minutes.
Holy.
Because the woman next to me just kept going, "Get in the fucking car, bitch! I swear to fucking get in the car!
Wow.
Get in the car!
That's annoying.
Get in the car!" For like literally 2 minutes. I
Yeah.
had no idea what the fuck was happening.
It was a good scene.
Yeah, but like I'm sure it's a good scene. But like throughout the movie, like, it was like constant, like either like the kind of thing that can be funny. Like I think in a bad horror movie, it's really fun when a guy in the audience is just like, "Hey, fuck you, you're stupid."
Right.
Like that's fun.
Like when
But
it's
in-
well done. Then
Yeah,
it's-
in a good movie, you're kind
there's
of like
clearly
I don't
it's
know.
clearly supposed to be.
Yeah.
I thought...
particularly
I
where it's
just-
about a lot of things. I don't want to like
Yeah.
decipher that.
It's definitely between that and Hereditary, but... Ooh, that's scary.
I'm writing an essay about Us for M3 movies.
Yeah, cool. We'll drop it eventually. Let's
Yeah.
let's move on because we are.
Us and
It is going to
Green
be
Book.
it's going to be a long goddamn podcast. So
Yeah.
so let's go. New jingles.
Weird.
Go. Go.
Movie news now, yeah.
You just said new jingles
I
instead
know.
of the name of the.
New jingles.
I know what I did.
It's not even a new one. It's,
I
it's
know.
the
Well, it's movie
news.
new.
Movie news.
There you go.
Movie new.
Movie
So it's-
news.
That's going to confuse me in editing.
I think I'm gonna do something. Oh shoot! Wait, I'm going to Boston this weekend. I was thinking about. I wanted to do one of those essays that you did, Jack, which just like sitting there and
Just
talking
It's
about a movie.
fun. It's a fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. Maybe I'll do that.
I made a list
Like, just
when
in the hotel.
I was
That'll be
making
fun.
video essay ideas to send to him to see like which ones you want me to do.
Yeah.
And then you told me to make like a list of like just good movies.
Yeah.
And then I think I took it to I wrote like 200 movies.
Yeah, it was a
Oh.
it was a lot. You
That
gave
sounds
me
like
a
Aiden.
lot
Yeah.
of ideas.
You can borrow some of them.
I
I'll share
also
the
then
doc with
added
you.
all of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, you did.
Oh God, I forgot to add the 2008 and 2003 Clone Wars.
Oh, you're just gonna go in and add those now?
Yes.
Okay. I told him I would do a Last Jedi essay, but that it would not be like
Beautiful.
the kind of essay he would want me to do about Last Jedi.
But
What
you like
kind
that
of
I
essay?
do, but it would not be like
What would you talk about?
cool Star Wars movie.
What was you
Like,
talking about?
it's about like the muddled gray zone of war and
Oh,
essentially
yeah,
fuck
no,
you to
that's
the idea
exactly
of
what
fandom,
I-
but
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I would imagine.
and
'Cause
it's,
that's what
it's,
that movie's about.
Yeah, it's a movie about how literally nothing you do matters. It's a good, very good movie.
You
I was,
know
I was
what?
like, I could do a solo essay, but it'd be about the nature of what happens when you give Ron Howard $200 million.
I'm gonna
But-
stab you in the throat, and also that's not talking about how it's a good movie, you dingus,
Yeah, 'cause-
which it is. And also, I'm not gonna add the 2003 Clone Wars because that was a TV series, not a movie,
What about the Ewok Adventure?
not canon.
I've seen it several times.
It's not canon,
I'm
you
not gonna- I had
idiot.
the VHS of that when I was young. You ever have
I'm,
VHSs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cut this Helen Mirren thing just because.
Oh, the fuck Netflix thing?
Yes.
Okay,
Wait,
because
what happened?
because it was taken so out of context.
She said, "I love Netflix, but f Netflix." I'm not gonna say it because I'm a polite little boy.
Yeah. She
There's
was- she was
nothing
at
like
CinemaCon
like
for
sitting in the
Warner
cinema,
Brothers.
the lights go down, that incredible moment of excitement and Jesus and anticipation and relaxation because you know you're going to be completely entertained for 2 hours.
Do you
I-
have the
listen,
DOJ story in there though?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I 100% agree with this, but at the same time, I think it's sort of relevant to understand that people are drawn to streaming services for a certain sort of ease and comfort, which is obvious. And I think if movie theaters are not going to do everything that they can to sort of step up and find ways to draw more people in, then they are part of the problem of people not coming. Because right now, a lot of movie theaters are really overpriced. A lot of movie theaters are really uncomfortable, and it's really hard to guarantee satisfaction at a movie theater, even when you're paying that much.
And,
So
then,
it's-
and also, I mean, Paramount is not
there's some
funding
problems
Roma.
there. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like it's like they're funding interesting. Like they don't always pan out, but they're funding
Yeah.
interesting movies.
Right, on Netflix you find things that maybe might be catered more to you because they're willing to fund things that
Yeah.
won't necessarily make billions of
Like
dollars.
anyone who lies and is like, "Oh yeah, Velvet Buzzsaw would totally get a theatrical release." No one wouldn't.
God,
No one would ever
God.
fund that.
So yeah, I mean, I think Netflix certainly is kind of hurting the movie theater industry, but at the same time, it's
There's
not
a reason
it's not a
it's
one-sided.
dying.
street.
Like I
Exactly.
like going to see movies in theaters, but like ultimately I totally understand not wanting to. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
it's there's a reason it's a dying.
Why would I go sit
format.
in a sticky popcorn-covered seat when I
Yeah.
could sit at home with Ben and Jerry's?
And I
watching
think
a
the
movie
more
I
they
want?
fight it and the more they don't try to come to a compromise of some kind, the quicker they're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's the same thing that like theaters did, like theaters, not like theatrical plays.
Yeah.
Like those, like there's a really is an obvious reason that they died out because they refused to work with cinemas
Mhm.
back in the 30s and 40s, and then they quickly died out by the 60s. You know,
Yeah.
people like
If
if you
you-
see plays anymore unless you're in New York.
If you keep saying people don't understand, then of course they're not going to.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's it. Fun little rant. David Harbour joined Black Widow. I don't really care. Whatever. I like him. I hate Marvel.
I like it.
I like David Harbour.
Yeah. This is
Black
very-
Widow sounds cool. I like
Very,
the director.
very. What's the word? Confident person.
There's a
Is
rumor
that
it's
the
gonna
word?
be R-rated. That's
It's
cool.
not gonna happen.
I can see
A
that.
Marvel movie?
I can see
No.
that.
I don't.
I think
so.
particularly post Endgame.
That's true.
I can see that.
I can see it, but I again don't think.
I also think like Disney goes when they know they can make money, and it's been proven you
That's
can
true.
make money with R-rated as long as you keep the budget low.
That's true.
So as long as they like just be like, hey, Kate Shortland, they're not going to give her like ultimate control. As that doesn't happen.
Right.
Like anyone who thinks that like James Mangold had like ultimate control over Logan, it's like no, you're like he was given a script written by Michael Green, and they were like okay, I think if they give her like a vague amount of freedom, like hey, just we're gonna give you 50 million, 60 million, make it.
But I think at the same time, it's kind of they're definitely going to want to ride that sort of progress train as much as possible of we have a female-led superhero movie. Like they did with.
I don't think that Captain Marvel was riding a train. I was not.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I wouldn't know. But
I mean,
Jack, you need to see that movie.
I don't wanna. I'd
Because
rather
I-
watch good movies that I.
I would
want
love it
to
if you.
see.
I would love it if you saw it and you were like, that was fun. Like if of all people,
Well,
you
okay.
were like,
Here's the
"That was
thing.
fun."
I am with a lot of Marvel movies. I am just like, yeah, it's fine. But that's the problem is that it's fine, and people think it's the height of cinema.
This is, I like with me, like I try not to like bring that into movies. I can like I get why you would, but it's like for me, it's like if the movie itself like functions well enough, then I'm like I think it's a well enough made.
The movie doesn't function.
I think it
The movie
functions
doesn't
well enough.
function.
I think it's okay. I think it's totally okay. I'm not gonna like die on the hill of Captain Marvel thing. I think it's like a totally passable movie. but
Oh, she's the worst.
she like that's the part I will fight for. I think she's great.
She's
I
so-
liked her a lot.
she's
Oh my god!
so
Wait! Can we not get
annoying.
into this? I don't want Brian
Yeah, I
to
know,
rant for
yeah.
10 minutes for
Yeah.
a third time in a row.
Yeah.
Jack, do you remember the trailer line
No.
when like she's in the car with
Why would
Samuel
I?
L. Jackson and Sam Jackson is like, so you're a race of noble warriors, and she's like, heroes, noble warrior heroes. That's the whole movie. It's so annoying. It's the worst. She's such a
Right.
bitch. I hate her so much.
Wow.
I'm not joking. She's just an asshole the whole movie.
Oh, I thought you meant Brie Larson. I
Oh
was
no,
like,
not Brie
oh,
Larson. No, not
Jesus.
Brie Larson.
Clarify that.
No.
I thought you were like, really,
Captain Marvel.
really seemingly nice
What
celebrity
is her
Brie
name?
Larson.
What?
Fuck you. I was like,
Carol
wow.
Danvers.
Carol Danvers.
Carol
yes.
Danvers is a fucking bitch.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay, so we're
okay.
really. I'll mark this one NSFW.
Yeah. We'll do that and then just put
Hey.
like a little audio clip. Brian does not think Brie Larson is a bitch.
Hey,
Like,
you remember last week?
I'll
I
do
told Eric, hey, try to keep it down on the cursing, and he went. He put his face right next to the microphone and went fuck, 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 fuck.
That was
I mean,
my
when-
favorite thing about
when-
the whole episode.
when I come on, just prep that it's gonna be like I'm not gonna come on and be like, oh, gee, Welliker's over. Like it's not.
The best thing.
No,
I
and
think
he,
he noticed
unlocks
what he
me.
did, and he was like, "Oh no."
What?
He like unlocks me. Like,
What was I?
oh god, I hate
You know,
her.
I'll go in and with the robot voice that I used last week. I'll cut out what you said, and when you're like Brie Larson as the robot voice will say, "Wonderful person."
I'll just re-edit the Unicorn Store trailer so like whenever Brie Larson is on screen, you just hear bitch, bitch.
Captain Marvel is the
just
worst.
loop his audio.
She's such an annoying character. Oh my god, she's just a dick.
I also think some part of me just like likes that movie because I don't like sexists, and like some part of me is just like I
That's fair.
liked it. Like I don't know. I think like part of that was like Wonder Woman for me as well. Like
Yeah.
I have like I could give you
See, but I
I
like
could
Wonder
give you
Woman a lot.
issues of that movie, but like I don't know. Like it sounds trite and very like white woke guy, but I mean I like seeing like representation in movies. I think it's
women.
smart.
Yeah,
But
I like Wonder
you
Woman.
gotta have representation.
I do like Wonder Woman a lot.
and I really don't like the constant approach. Like whenever any studio makes a movie that has like a woman or a minority character or an LGBT character, it's the reaction is always like, oh, you're just cashing in. Like no
Yeah.
matter what. Like I think it's really strange and annoying and vaguely condescending and racist.
Yeah.
to just
Black
be
Panther.
like.
Sorry.
Totally
I'm just
get
saying
that.
this to be consistent. It's my only thing.
I like Black Panther. What I'm saying.
No, it bothers me that it's not consistent between like, so like, Captain Marvel received a lot of backlash,
Yeah.
because it was Marvel's 21st movie, and it was the first one with a female lead, and they were like, this should have happened 10 movies ago,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it really should've.
And then Black Panther was like, this is a cultural phenomenon, this is like a revolution, this is amazing, it's so good that Marvel's doing this, and that's 18
I
movies.
think-
I'm thinking more to like the issue, not of like it's too late, but of like people who like people that like are sexist but don't go the full sexist route of like I'm gonna kill you real artists and like like not them. The ones in the middle that are like, oh, you're just riding this wave, where it's like
sexists.
they're not gonna say they're sexist, but they're like, and you can tell the tone of that.
Closeted sexists.
Yeah. Or like Crazy Rich Asians, where it's like oh, you're just doing an Asian movie.
Yeah.
Like it comes across as like
No, 'cause
deeply.
it was a book, and it was.
It
about
comes across as
something more
like
than
deeply
that.
uninformed.
Yeah.
And then like I also just like when they get proven wrong. Like I love that so much. Like it passed $1 billion yesterday. I think it's like. I just think it's like as much as you dislike the movie, I just think it's like I think it's like it's something so.
I dislike a lot of movies on the big box office list.
There's something
so, that's okay.
so satisfying about them being like, go see Alita challenge, and then this making $1 billion and Alita losing like I don't know $800 million. Probably. It was one of the expensive movie. But I think it's like so satisfying. You're 45 minutes.
Did you like my evaluation that Incredible Hulk is better?
No, I really hate Incredible Hulk. I could
I
break
also
down.
hate
I could
Incredible
rant for like
Hulk.
an hour. I watched it again recently. It's absolutely.
Did you watch it 'cause of
us?
unbearable. No.
Could we
Aw.
not?
Like
I
a
don't
month
want to
ago.
talk about this. We did it full length.
Incredible
last
Hulk
time.
is awful.
It's pretty bad,
It's
yeah.
awful.
Hey, wait. Speaking of things that we did last time, I have a redaction to make for a thing that I wasn't even in. You guys were talking about the quote unquote leaked Star Wars poster.
That is
It's not the real
That
poster.
isn't the real poster.
All right? Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
reference
Yeah.
apparently
Okay.
for the people who
Dylan showed it to me.
Brian, you said it was a bad poster.
And that's not true. That's a false fact.
I think it is a bad
You
poster,
idiot.
but
No,
it's also not a poster.
Well, yeah, but
it's
the
just
layout
not-
is fine, and Brian's
Yeah.
an idiot. So
But also poster like
Wait,
with
let me
posters for
find the
me, it's
thing.
either the poster is really cool or it's a poster. I
What?
really like. I've never seen a poster and been like, I hate that poster.
I don't know. Tag
I
had a
just-
poster that was pretty.
This is the poster,
They're
right?
just faces.
This is what we were talking about. Yeah, I
beautiful.
don't like it.
I don't
Oh,
like
I
you.
just wish people put effort into it. That's something that like
Okay, but to
No,
be
this
fair,
is
if you're
something-
gonna criticize the Endgame poster,
Yeah.
criticize the Hollywood poster. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's a poster where I'm like, that's a bad poster.
What? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Actually,
Rough. That is a rough poster, particularly in
too great.
comparison to like Django and Hateful Eight, which are
sure.
beautiful posters.
Yeah.
Right.
And then to just be like,
Two guys standing
one, it's boring looking and tells me nothing.
I think that's the thing.
it
boring.
looks
no,
like you.
second,
It looks like you could
The
find it in like
Photoshop
a,
is real bad. It's not good Photoshop. No, it's even worse for Margot Robbie's poster. You can see like physical lines around her. It looks like a cutout like on Snapchat. It's bad.
It kind of looks like it's just like a photo shoot for some magazine.
Like when I saw the posters, I was like, "Is this gonna be? What is this like lazy Tarantino?" And the trailer came out, and I was like, "Oh, that looks great." But
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing with posters and a lot of things with movies in general is that I will like things that I just see and are so very clearly just minimal, not necessarily even minimal effort, but just like
But you also have to like look at the philosophy behind it.
I
Like
don't
like
know.
the reason Endgame has a lot of faces is because
There are a lot
that's
of
what the
faces
movie
in
is
it.
sold on. It's sold on the particularly Endgame,
I
where it's the
know,
amount of characters.
but
It's-
come on.
Like I do wish
Give me something
I wish
interesting.
that policy wasn't
Give
there for the
something
solo
good.
movies. Like for like Spider-Man: Homecoming or whatever. Like those I think should have like
Yeah, and
individualized
can
posters.
you
like not
can
a
you
bunch of
pull out
faces.
Spider-Man Homecoming? You don't need to. It's a
Yeah.
podcast. They can't see it. But the Spider-Man Homecoming poster where he's like laying on the bridge or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's just him. I love that poster.
Yeah, like-
it's so cool to look at, and like
That's
it's,
probably one of their
I
more
think the
memorable
Far From Home one of like the
posters.
suitcase is really cool.
I don't think I've seen that. But
Yeah, but like there's I think that like the solo movies should definitely not have the bunch of faces on a poster thing. But for an Avengers movie, I
I
get
thought
it
the
because
solo
like
poster is pretty good. Sorry, go on.
no, I
Yeah.
forgot what it was like. But for like the Avengers ones, the big event ones, I
Yeah.
totally get it.
I get it. I just wish there was a way around it, and they
And like
figure out something more
like they'll
artistic.
release like like on Twitter or Instagram, like they'll release like other cool posters.
Yeah.
But like the ones you're gonna see are gonna be those because it lets everyone know like,
Yeah.
oh wow, like everybody's in this movie.
You know what was a good poster? Actually, Us.
Us is Japan. That's most of you guys. Yeah. Oh,
That was
did you see the
immediate
Chinese
iconography.
in-game poster?
No.
So it's the same. It's the same philosophy of like a bunch of heads, but it's smart because like above all of them is everyone who died in white, and it's really effective because it really just points out like the whole point of the movie is bring everyone back. It's a well done poster, I think.
What the hell are you talking about?
The Chinese poster.
Not seeing it.
Yeah, no.
Is it
that's-
not Chinese?
No, it's not even a thing.
It is.
What are you talking
I'll
about?
find it.
Okay, you find it for
In
me.
white
You show me. What's the
above
next
them?
one? Okay, wait, Jack. What's the next one?
Oh, the Chinese one I'm wrong. So the Chinese one is them in like black silhouette form
Oh,
below
okay.
them.
Yeah, sure.
But there's another one. Is it this one?
I.
It's this one. Yes, this one. I don't know. I think this might be the IMAX poster. Actually, sorry.
Oh, it is the IMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Oh,
I
that
don't
one, yeah.
like it. I
Yeah.
still hate it, and I wish that Marvel would just stop. But whatever. Yeah, let's move on. It's just
Sure.
gonna be long. It's gonna be like an hour and a half. Probably.
That's fine.
It's cool.
No, I'll save this one for later. Speaking of posters, actually, the Joker poster dropped.
Can we
What
just
are your
talk about
thoughts?
Joker all in one later when we talk about the
Um,
trailer?
Let's just get our thoughts on the poster out real quick.
Yeah, so-
let's just go round robin. I like it.
I
fine.
really like it.
Yeah.
Brian,
I'm
thinks
also
it's fine?
like
Cool.
We'll
Let's-
get to it
no,
later.
yeah,
I'm
we'll get to it
in love
later.
with this movie.
Yeah,
But
let's
yeah.
go. Let's go to the next thing.
I don't know. Okay, wait, never mind. I
And-
thought you were gonna go to the other thing.
No,
Never mind.
Endgame tickets went on sale early this week.
Brian and I got ours.
Yeah, and your traders.
Yes, I got mine because
Horrible,
it's Aiden's
filthy
birthday.
traitors.
It's Aiden's birthday.
birthday.
Like the day after, right?
On midnight, I'll be 18.
My
Exactly.
birthday,
It's his
2003.
birthday, and he asked me to go,
Awful.
so I'm gonna go.
There we
Okay, that is my.
There we go. I did guilt trip
Excuse-
him a
I'm
little.
sitting by
you
myself.
are the reason. You
There
are
are
the
three-
reason.
There are 3 people in between us.
No.
Yeah.
That's us. You got J22, right?
Are we doing
Yeah.
the planning thing
Yeah, we're
again? This is
I'm
like the third
20,
time in this
and-
podcast. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
Like, I got 20,
Oh,
21.
you said get
Jesus
close to
Christ.
16 to 19.
This is
You
a
know,
podcast,
15,
guys. It has to be
19
entertaining.
is Dylan,
Guys.
Brett.
No, this is entertaining. Don't worry.
What the?
That
No,
was-
it's not.
15 to 19 is Dylan, Brett, Ramsey, and then the Ethan and
Ethan.
the other Brian.
You're telling me you would waste an hour of your time listening to people plan
and
something?
then
Yes.
20,
God.
Oh my
and
God.
He's only doing it because of you.
is me and Yafet, and then Nate.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nate.
They're on the
Tyler-
other side.
Nate, Tyler, Ethan, and
On the other side.
Eric are like.
Can we
five
like
of-
somehow arrange it so that I'm next to Dylan?
Oh my god.
I need to ruin it for Dylan.
to ruin it for Dylan?
Yes.
That's mean. Now, no.
You know how you did? You ruined Solo for me.
Yeah.
I need to do that to
Shame
Dylan.
on you.
To be fair, though, like you didn't like care about Solo.
I did at the
I know
time.
you liked it, but I don't think you
Aw.
like cared about it.
Sweet.
No, yeah, it wasn't like,
I'm, like,
I wasn't
for-
holding out. For
Like
it.
for me with Endgame, I'm very excited for it. I think it looks good. I like Marvel movies. I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Shame.
Dylan cares.
To be fair, I still think that all of the trailers for Endgame and including the teaser that we're going to talk about
Dude, I
later
didn't even
have
see that.
looked good.
I've seen
Oh
that.
my God, we're
I've
not
watched
even in
that.
the trailers,
Wait,
guys.
I haven't watched the new teaser. Never mind. I'm
I've
thinking of the last
I've
trailer.
watched that
Yeah, me
new
neither.
teaser maybe 100 times in like the past 3 days.
Jesus.
I'm obsessed with it.
Jeez.
But I will
It's so
stand by
remarkably well cut.
that all of the promotional material that I have seen for it, apart from the posters, because I don't like the posters, has been good.
Wait, okay,
and I
wait.
am still.
I know you don't like Thanos, but the new special look is it's the first time that they've like.
Wait, no, I
shown-
did watch it.
Yeah.
I did watch it.
Dude,
Never mind.
okay,
I did.
I know you don't like him, but that line is so good.
pretty good.
It's so Brolin is so good in that role. I love him in that role.
I would also.
Like I,
would,
know like your reservations like with the character, but his performance, particularly being like under all that mocap, I think is a great performance.
He's
But
fine.
the line like when after he snaps and he's with Gamora.
No, he's good.
Yeah,
Why are we
that,
not
that
talking about this
line of
later?
like Gamora's like what did it cost and just like the way he delivers just everything. As it like all hits him.
No, he certainly
Yeah.
makes it more than
It should be.
given the material.
I would
Well,
like
it,
to point
it
out
is
that I
all
wasn't
him,
afraid
right?
of
Like
the
it's
alien.
like
It
circus
hurts
where
my
he is
Yeah.
fully acting.
Yeah.
I
It
really
isn't
want
just
to
like
be outside.
because like you can do like a lazy mocap performance
Yeah.
if you wanted to. Like, you can just like, put all the vocals, but like him in circus are like really committed.
Let's move on. The Department of Justice.
I don't know what this is,
This is interesting.
so I need to know
read
about
Go
this.
for it,
What
Ian.
is this?
Yeah. So basically, you know, like the whole Spielberg thing with Netflix.
Yes.
So the Academy is meeting to reportedly take a vote on either putting hard sanctions on
Okay.
Netflix and the Oscars, or entirely like eliminating them
Okay.
from the competition. Like being like you cannot be on a streaming service and in the Oscars race.
Okay.
Which is that one is pure bullshit. The
Sure.
the
Agree.
other option I think is still bullshit and very behind the times, but vaguely understandable. which that one is requiring that they be in theaters for 3 months before they are on streaming.
Netflix.
I disagree with that, and I think it's incredibly behind the times. But
I can understand it.
I can
Yeah.
get where they're coming from with that one. Saying like no, and being like
That's
and then
absurd.
offering a world in which Roma was not on for Best Picture is insane to me.
Well, because that's basically saying that
but-
a movie that is made isn't a movie.
Yeah,
just
because
because it's on
Spielberg
Netflix.
did literally. They are TV movies, is what he said. Which, if you're going to argue that Roma or Mudbound are TV movies, like I'm sure that if in '71 they were like, "Hey Spielberg, you want to put Duel, which is on ABC, you want to put that in Best Picture?" I'm sure he wouldn't have gone.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
a TV movie, no way. Like he
Yeah.
would have absolutely been like, "Yes, do it."
Yeah.
Like it's like I think it's such an old person like realizing that their art form is in danger,
Right.
type thing. But or their version of the art form is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Spielberg, make a good movie, and then you can have a
It's
conversation
been a while.
about
It has
this.
been a while since
Um,
he's made like an actual real good one.
What, 3 years?
Or
Well, 2019 is like just started, so like 3.5.
I guess,
What-
yeah. British Spy is good.
British
or
Spies
just
is very
about
good.
right.
But even then,
It
it's
was
not
before that though.
it's good.
It's not.
It's very
I mean, I
good.
guess if you're expecting Schindler's List every time, then yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not even Schindler's List.
He's
Indiana
just-
Jones wasn't Schindler's List. Jurassic Park wasn't Schindler's List.
Jurassic-
You don't have to expect them.
Mark is not a good movie. I'll fight this fight.
Let's not fight this fight right now. All
I
right,
love Jurassic Park.
we're 5 minutes to an hour in. We'll save it.
have not started trailers.
Not at all.
Good.
Okay, but
You wanna do that now?
basically,
What's the
oh,
Department
sorry.
of Justice thing? Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
still don't know
so,
what
so
this is.
DOJ is telling
Dodge.
them that they would be violating antitrust laws if they eliminate Netflix from competition.
What is the law?
So basically, it's their understand. It's a flawed understanding, but I understand the point.
Okay.
Their argument is that, like theater exhibitors, which do have like a pretty hard stake in the Academy, that by eliminating films from competition, which often generates more money for films, by doing that, you are eliminating a source of revenue and limiting it to your own space, therefore violating antitrust
Oh,
laws.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. So it does come with the flawed understanding of like how much money Netflix makes through theatrical releases, because it's like nothing.
Yeah.
And like
That's because they've never done a traditional theatrical.
like Roma is reportedly the only one that like
made money.
did well, that like, made a few mil.
And even that did not get a traditional theatrical release.
Yeah, it was in a few theaters.
It was in like Landmarks.
Yeah. Well, it was at Alamo actually recently, but it wasn't at like Rave.
It's 4
Yeah.
Alamo theaters.
Mostly
in
'cause, like,
the country.
It's like 30.
It's a very low number
Yeah, like-
relative.
Yeah, but like
I was on the site the other day.
I think
and
they
just
would
found
have
it.
put it in like Cinemark or AMC, but they refused to show it. So, but it's I think it's interesting, like the nature of, because like it is true, like theater exhibitors do have like a pretty hardcore stake in the Academy, both like monetarily and just in terms of like actual members of the Academy. There's a lot of theater owners in there, and a lot of also there's a lot of studios. So the nature, and like you have to like look at Netflix not only as a source of like as a like a way in which to access film, like a service. They are also a studio, and so by eliminating like a possible revenue stream for a studio, you are thereby limiting the you are like limiting the market solely to your own group, which would technically violate antitrust law. So it's interesting, definitely to me, that like, and the Academy is in like a pretty rough place right now. So I really don't know if they're gonna want to take up a fight with the DOJ, because they will lose. They will certainly lose.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Do you know what the DOJ's like success rate is? Guess.
With the DOJ,
It's significantly
what the DOJ's
lowered since
what
the
is?
Trump administration. Their success rate.
What is that?
So pre-Trump, 99.5.
Wow.
Post-Trump is like 97.6 or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Because like Trump's like lost like a lot of cases, but yeah.
Right.
You see today he said that we should eliminate judges. Actual sentence, he said.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We'll start a politics podcast.
Yeah.
That'll come
Started
later.
it.
I don't know.
Bring them
I
in
tend to
real
get really
quick.
quiet when people talk about the whole Netflix thing, just
Yeah.
because I
It's-
feel that I am
it's
one of the
confusing.
few people who doesn't agree fully, but I
I understand.
Well, it's certainly a very
To a greater extent than most people do.
certainly a very sort of like layered kind of thing. There's a lot that goes into
Yeah,
it.
because it's you have to understand the perspective of like we are essentially watching our business form die.
Yeah.
And like there's a clear target there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of streamers out there, but like Netflix is the one.
Yeah.
And you can understand like the mentality of
Well,
that.
I mean, it's
what I don't
what
understand.
other streaming services have had an original movie release that have gone to the Oscars?
Amazon.
Okay.
And then,
But Amazon always does traditional releases. Almost always.
yeah, but they've also said that they're
Wait,
not
what
going to
movie?
anymore.
What movies?
They've been-
Manchester by the Sea is Amazon.
Oh.
That's the big one I can think
Beautiful
of.
Boy was
Beautiful
them.
Boy was Amazon.
Really?
Wonderstruck was them.
Wonderstruck.
Cafe Society.
Shitty movie.
They did that.
Sorry.
Anyway,
They
sorry,
were
go
going
on.
to do Woody Allen's other movie.
Yeah, and then they did not.
Yeah.
But those weren't
Those
streaming
weren't-
services.
Manchester by the
first.
Sea.
Cold War is Amazon.
Cold War was Amazon.
Oh.
That's the one I was thinking of. Cold War was
Um,
Amazon.
There was another big one that I'm like blanking on right now.
But those were
They have lots
those
of
were
things.
primarily theatrical releases.
Yeah, because they
right?
do
Yeah.
traditional theatrical
And
releases
then
and
that's
then
probably
put
the
them
one
on the
that
they
service
put them
later.
on. They put
Yeah.
them on Amazon. I know Beautiful Boy was
I
there
guess-
crazy quickly.
I guess my question is
But-
why can't Netflix also do that? I don't see what's wrong with that system.
I think
and I
because-
think that that's a system that is just valuable
I
to
think
everyone.
because like Amazon, they're not like a streaming company.
No, I know
Right.
that.
Like they have
but still.
other, but like whereas Netflix, they have no profit
all
incentive
of
to
the
do that.
revenue comes from.
Yeah, they have literally zero profit incentive to
guess.
release. And also, they have so many movies that it becomes like
Yeah, you have to
how
pick
do you,
which
How
ones.
do you select that?
Yeah.
And then you don't like you could run the risk of like
Probably the same way that they select the what they send off to the Oscars, right? I mean, why not?
I mean, like
Technically, everything's submitted to the
yeah,
Oscars.
Oh,
every
that's
as,
right,
as long
that's
as
right,
long as it
that's
fits
right.
criteria, then it can technically
Right.
it is technically immediately submitted. In the same way that like studios will do like FYC campaigns,
Yeah.
and then like they won't even like have like certain categories in their FYC campaigns they can they can get nominated. Like for example, like Infinity War only put visual effects for their FYC, but theoretically
God.
like Brolin could have been nominated or whatever. So like it's
No, but like,
yeah.
for example, like a rule where they'd have to show movies they want under consider. Like you were talking about, like the 3-month rule. 3 months might be a little long,
Yeah.
but that is an idea
I think-
personally am in favor of.
I think what they do right now is fine. Like Roma was out for about 3 weeks.
Roma's fine. Well,
Maybe
the thing
fine.
with Roma is that I got lucky enough to see it early in
Yeah.
a theater, you know, so
Yeah.
or in a theater at a festival.
I ended up seeing I thought at the Alamo.
Yeah, because I told you go see it in
the
theater.
I saw it at home first time I saw it.
Yeah,
And but I have like surround sound in my house. So
Yeah.
it was still great. But
that's a movie that does not belong.
because
on-
the sound design is immaculate. Although I do like that it is on Netflix because I can
Yeah.
watch that. I do like that. Like there's like something nice and casual about that.
Well, that's why it's
That's
succeeding.
The one part that does suck is that I can't have the Blu-ray for it, and I want that Blu-ray. Just like the cover alone would be so good, or the Criterion for that would be.
That
amazing.
seems strange that they're not releasing it. I mean, I guess it makes
They
sense.
used to do
but-
Blu-rays when they were
They're just dying.
like
They're just dying,
yeah.
which is kind of sad.
They did.
Just given
they,
the money I put
Fox
into them.
ended up doing Can You Never Forgive Me on Blu-ray, but it was like a month after the DVD.
It's so bizarre.
It's a great movie. I saw it on a plane again.
I saw it again.
It's a really good
I was,
movie.
I was flying back from LA and I watched that on the plane.
Let's move on. Let's go to new trailers. Yeah,
I guess so.
this conversation I want it to be
Richard
done.
E. Grant's dick is in the scene. Yes.
In
Huh?
Richard E. Grant's dick and the cat
It
scene.
is.
Yeah, it is. Confirmed is.
Jeez.
I
Really?
I looked for it.
Yeah, right.
no,
Just didn't notice.
Where?
It's a brilliant acting exercise too, because like the test is like, don't look at the penis, look at my face. And look at the penis, look at my face. Like it's so well done.
Yeah, I remember when I was yearning to be an actor. I would
won the Oscar.
often walk around on the stage
Dude,
naked,
I want
begging
that.
people
Timothy
to look
should
at
have
my
been
face
nominated at the
instead.
very least. Come
Let's-
on.
okay, let's not do
Richard
this.
E. Grant was
Not
my
now.
number, was my number-
Timothy!
Come on!
Richard E. Grant was the only person. He was my number one for anything, like on my own list, like of just like my own personal awards. Like,
Sure.
Anyway, and then he was my number one of the nominees. I looked back at my list. He was the only one of the 5 nominated that I had in my 5. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had Richard.
Stephen Yeun.
I had Richard E. Grant, Stephen Yeun, Timothy Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, and Dana Kaluuya from Widows. Yeah, that was my 5.
Unlucky.
And then like my 6 and 7 also weren't in it. Actually, no. I think I had Sam Elliott at 7, but I'm wrong there.
New trailers. Go jingle.
Let's do it.
New trailers.
Joker. Or should we talk about the Endgame? I haven't seen the Endgame trailer.
I'm gonna talk about
The
Joker
teaser.
for a long time.
The
Do Endgame really fast because we already talked about it.
So I love.
I liked it.
I think the Thanos line is
Yeah.
immaculate. Just like and like the effectiveness of like how it's cut. Of like showing like having the line of like you couldn't live with your failure.
I
With
don't
the
like.
shot over.
I think how
Tony
much
and
they
Steve.
showed. I wish they didn't show any of like.
I
the
mean, to
Tony
be fair,
stuff.
they have said that it's like
Of
a lot
course-
of it is fake.
a lot of it is fake.
Yeah, they confirmed that. They confirmed that like, there are fake scenes in the trailer.
Jesus Christ.
Game of Thrones. Game of
Oh,
Thrones is the same
God.
thing.
It's egotistical.
I know.
No.
No, they're very proud
You
of
have to be
themselves.
consistent. Game of Thrones is the same thing.
When
7.
they did it for 7.
Yep. Several.
I just didn't even notice.
Yeah. For 7,
That's fair.
and then reportedly for 8 as well.
Did
I
they
haven't
do it-
actually not watched
but
a lot
did
of the
they-
8 stuff. I've,
Yeah.
Did they do it intentionally?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
How would you
That's a
do it
very
unintentionally?
Game of Thrones thing
by
to do.
cutting things, by cutting scenes or rewriting them and
No. Oh, okay.
filming them.
I thought. Okay. Well, like I'm saying,
Oh.
like I thought you were something that they like had because like
unintentionally made fake
Yeah,
scenes.
I was like,
for
what do
the
you mean?
trailers.
They
Yeah,
just
no.
like accidentally shot a scene.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no,
what does that
no.
mean? I was like,
No, yeah.
okay, yeah. Oh, but no, yeah, like,
No,
like
I'll be
The point of
consistent
watching
there.
trailers
I-
then.
it's
If you're gonna
annoying,
make
but-
fake scenes for it.
I think it's mostly just like to like provide awareness and get hyped about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess. But then what?
But like
I
the
don't know.
scene with like, for example, like
At what point does that become?
To be fair though, I
False
mean,
advertising.
in-game really could have just like they could have just like
They could have just
They-
done the title, and
like,
people would have been like,
played
"Oh
some-
my god!"
played some music and had the title come forward and then
Which, by the way, I will go on record and say that I do legitimately like the
that's a good
Avengers
score.
themes. It's
Also,
well, because it's used right.
Yeah.
They use it correctly.
I think there's like I guess like one of the points I will agree. I think like Marvel music tends to be fairly mediocre, but there are like a few moments that I think are really great. Like in Infinity War, the Silvestri score at the very end, like with Thanos on the Paradise Planet, is a beautiful little violin piece that I don't think anyone talks about. But it's really
Schindler's
good.
List.
What?
What?
Oh, and then
what?
and then I think Black Panther score is really great, but.
I like it. I don't like it more than Beale Street.
I mean, I wouldn't have even like. I think it was like my number 4 or 5 for score that year, but Beale Street should have won, and if not, that Mandy or First Man,
I still have not seen
Man,
First Man.
Schindler's
really
List.
great score
Jeez.
and a good movie.
And Suspiria. That's the two.
I have
Great
the,
score
I have
for
the,
First
I have
Man, yeah.
the Blu-ray for First Man if you want the digital HD.
I like scores. Scores are good.
Dude, you know what's been stuck in my head for
What?
like ever? The Us score during the.
Oh, the I got 5 on it thing.
No.
Oh, what?
Well, is it indicative of that? I don't even know. The one when I think it is
Dun, dun, dun,
that
dun.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's indicative of it.
They put that on Spotify, like the remix of it. It's so good. Cause like the original song is great too. The I got 5 on it. It's a great song. It has like one of the best soundtracks in a while.
Joker.
I'm forgetting that we have a segment where we talk about movies that we've watched,
Yeah.
but I really want to talk about a certain segment of Us.
Yeah.
The Joker. Let's go Joker.
It opens with
Then
Janelle Monáe.
let's-
So good.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Is it
Joker.
Janelle Monáe?
Yeah, the I Like It song is the very opening song.
We'll talk about it. No. Let's,
I thought you
okay.
meant the
Save
actress.
it. Save it. God.
Oh no, sorry.
I was like, what? I did
She-
not notice.
Janelle Monáe is 8 years old. Yes.
Joker.
No, I meant the mom.
Oh, okay.
I was like, is this
Joker.
random?
Oh yeah, no. No, but actually,
Joker?
I'm sorry. One thing. I'm sorry.
Holy-
The
holy
dad
hell.
of young Lupita is Yahya Abdul Mateen II, who was Black Manta and Aquaman, and also in the Get Down. And I didn't realize it was him until it was the IMDb credits. Yeah, Joker.
Joker. This looks really good. I'm
Yeah.
very much excited.
I texted Dylan about this earlier, and I said like I'm still worried
I'm still very worried.
about the Todd Phillips of it all.
Sure.
That's what concerns me because I think this is a like no holds barred remarkable trailer.
Yeah.
Like it is like the way it is cut, it's Sinatra, right?
Music.
Is it
yeah.
Sinatra? It's,
Maybe.
It's
I don't know.
it's so good.
It's haunting.
It's so effectively shot. I don't know. I think it's actually the what?
Do you guys want pizza?
Yeah, I'll take.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
sure.
dinner. I'm getting kebab later.
I'll probably take a slice.
I can drive you home.
Okay,
Must take
cool,
the
yeah.
pizza. Okay. Any
Um,
sides? Garlic knots? I'm getting
No, I'm
garlic
good.
knots.
what was I? Sorry. Oh, the guy that shot it is the same guy that like shot like all of Phillips movies, like The Hangover,
Right.
which is like insane when you think about this now. But like,
It looks fantastic. Listen, I am
Phoenix.
really,
Jesus.
I'm really excited for the direction that
Yeah.
this is going, because I think the sort of goal that DC did have to make their own cinematic universe, it was crashing and burning
Yeah.
all around them. So it is really smart to take a character and focus on that without
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean,
And
that's what made the Dark
it's-
Knight movies so successful, was that it focused
Yeah.
on the Dark Knight
I
instead
still
of trying
also
to connect.
don't. I'm getting more on board with it, with everything I see from the movie, but I still don't love the Joker origin story
No, see,
idea.
okay,
Yeah,
here
yeah.
is where I love what they're doing.
I just kind of want him to
Yeah.
be everything that I've seen of him. Or
I
that you have
like
seen
it
of him
being the
has been-
Joker. I love being the Joker because it like the way in which they're able to like tell a story but also utilize like all that iconography is so amazing to me.
Listen,
But
I watching the trailer at first, to me it didn't really make sense why it had to be about the Joker, because it could have been about literally any like original character and it still looked like it would have worked. But then again, I also don't really know anything else about it, and
Yeah.
I completely understand why you would want to attach a sort of more well-known pop culture name.
I'm getting meat lovers. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine,
Awesome.
Brian.
and the I think that just like the like it's from the trailer alone it's utilized it's wearing its influence like on its sleeve, definitely. But the people, like the filmmakers and the specific films that it's drawing from is so interesting to me. Like from like looking at the trailer alone, it has like this like very Lynn Ramsey feel to it, which I mean like Joaquin helps with that, but
Yeah.
like Requiem for a Dream looks like a really big pulling point.
Right.
Obviously, early as Scorsese, that's like an obvious point there.
There's even
And-
like there's one moment of just like Joaquin Phoenix like dancing or something that for a second I was
Yeah.
like, hey, that's a lot like Jack Nicholson as
Yeah.
the Joker.
And
Which is
then like
nice.
the most
It's a
interesting
nice
to me is
little
like
callback.
a lot of it looked very like operatic and
Yes.
almost
Yeah.
musical. Like
It
had, like,
looked,
this, like
it looked like a movie.
yeah, it
Like
looked
a film.
it looked
It's
like
hey, this
I
is
don't,
nice.
I don't know if you've seen Holy Motors. It's a
No, I haven't.
2012 French film, but it's really good. But it had this distinct like
Aiden.
like Leo Carac film like
God
feel
damn.
to it.
You're such a pretentious asshole.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to frame that where it's not pretentious. But like the whole trailer, I was like, just like, it was like it's just this like incredibly operatic, like almost like
Yeah.
elegantly dirty.
Well,
If that makes sense to you.
I think it's going to work, truly and honestly, because it looks like they're focusing on making it a good film instead of trying to connect it to 1,000 different characters.
Also,
and
just
trying
cast
to make
alone.
The cast alone.
Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry's in it, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like he looks great. Joaquin Phoenix,
Looks
Mark
great.
Maron's in it. He was in the trailer. Zaja Beetz was in the trailer. Frances O'Connor as his mother, or Frances O'Connor, I think it's O'Connor. And De Niro was in the one shot. That could be interesting. Shea Wiggum was in one shot. Brett Cullen playing Thomas Wayne on the TV.
Yeah.
Also, the kid who is confirmed Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
When he's like doing that. Fun fact: the kid that played younger Joaquin, and you would never really hear.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. I was on IMDb page for that.
I just real quick want to say this is completely off topic, and I should have said it like 5 minutes ago. I have no problem with the Joker origin story, actually,
Yeah.
because we
I was
got
gonna
it. We
point
got
out
it
that,
already.
yeah.
We got a Joker
Yeah.
origin story, and it
And-
worked, and it's like one of the best comic
Well, no, it's not.
of all time.
It's not.
Well,
It's not
shut
good.
up. Not the
It's-
movie.
No. It has that comic has aged incredibly poorly.
I don't think so.
I hate that comic the more.
Which comic?
Because it's the Killing Joke.
Killing Joke.
Oh, right,
Particularly
right.
because-
I read like half of it.
I
don't
really
like it.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
really
good comic.
hate the approach of Joker with like a lot of the origins they've done for him, which is like they've done several, but it's like the one bad day approach. I
Right.
hate that because it seems to like lay the idea of like to snapping to the point of where Joker has gone over the course of a single day, which is just unreasonable. Whereas in this trailer, like alone, it's like this is a broken down man. who's just been consistent.
Well, I don't think
broken.
I don't think the point of that comic was ever that he was perfectly fine and perfectly happy.
No, it is literally
and then-
pitched as one bad day. That is literally what Frank, was it Frank Moore? Is that his name?
Sure.
Or Frank Miller?
Well, no,
Frank Miller literally said.
Because he was down and destitute from the very start. Is the whole
Well, yeah,
thing.
but
He was unhappy, and
but-
his career was in the gutter.
He's vaguely unhappy, but he still carries a sort of like
Optimism.
pathetic pleasantry. Whereas
Sure.
in this one alone, it's like just every single moment.
Okay.
Aside from when
I
it's
can
with his
see that.
mother, which is so interesting. Like the idea of like having a single individual that you can be fine with, and then I'm assuming that she died and like that because it looks like he like becomes even more broken. He
Just
looks
Havoc the scene
so
from-
skinny.
What if like
But-
the first like
So
40
skinny.
minutes
Yeah,
are just
oh
like
my
the
God.
same as the first like?
Oh,
I don't
you're
even know
gonna
how you were never really
like
here.
the build up to
Just his mom died.
spoilers. Sorry, her getting shot in the face with a pillow.
Yeah.
and then him almost killing himself. Masterpiece, sorry. But the like it's just like he looks terrifying, like
Yes.
downright terror. Like it's like even Heath Ledger, as brilliant as he is, that is a top 25 performances of all time. That is a perfect performance. Even then, I'm more like scared of
It's
about
jarring and
yeah.
off-putting.
I'm scared about like what he's
Joaquin
going to
Phoenix is-
do.
Yes.
As opposed to Joaquin, where moment to moment I feel like this is an unhinged man.
Mm-hmm.
And like with Ledger, you always feel like despite him being this sort of agent of chaos, you always feel like he's like entirely in control
Right.
of what
Yes.
he's doing.
Right.
Joaquin looks like it's unhinged.
Yeah.
He looks like a man that has been driven completely unstable.
I think it helps. It helps
yeah.
too that Heath Ledger, his Joker was kind of evil from the start, and we.
Yeah.
I think that if there's one thing that this movie has always had going for it for me, is that as weird as it is, like when you think about it, I trust Joaquin.
I was a no. I was a no to
Yeah.
Joaquin for a while.
I
Honestly,
had my
until this morning, I was a no for Joaquin.
I had my
Yeah.
doubts because I was like, this is a weird choice for this specific role, but I put my trust. In
I really
Joaquin.
should have. Because I mean,
it looks
I
fantastic.
put
as
all of my
much
trust
as the
in
as
Joaquin
much as the
and everything that
movie,
man does.
I'm still worried.
This movie.
I'm already like certain that's like an amazing performance. I
This
can already
movie is
just tell.
funny to me because
Yeah.
every single person that I've heard, upon like hearing about it and hearing who is going to be the Joker, everyone that I know has been like, no.
Yeah.
But as more has been coming out, myself
just keeps-
included,
I'm also,
it just keeps
I think
getting better.
I think they're gonna put this for like awards. They're dropping it in mid-October.
Probably.
It's
And, like,
mid-October. That is
apparently
prime
they
award season.
apparently they already launched like an FYC office for it. So like
Wow.
they're gonna push Joaquin.
Yeah.
They're gonna push that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
What if Joaquin gets in?
What if you? I could.
Ledger won.
Yeah.
Did he really?
I think it'd be the.
Ledger
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ledger won posthumously.
I think it'd be the first
Posthumously.
time. I mean, posthumously.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
posthumously. I think it would be the first time an actor won a role for playing a character that had already won an Oscar, and it being a different actor. I believe so. I'm trying to like trace this back.
really
I feel like that.
specific.
I know. I feel like I've heard about that before though. Like that.
But it's
I don't remember-
so
I can't think of that
bizarrely
ever happening
specific.
before.
No, not of that happening before, but I remember people talking about like that particular.
Yeah,
fact.
like that almost happening with somebody.
That is
I don't
someone
remember what it
reaching
was,
for
though.
a
People would
first.
believe though.
That's
No, that'd be pretty major because like there's like the amount of remakes that have been made and an actor's never won an Oscar for the same character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I can't think of an example right now.
I don't think there is one.
John
A guy playing a guy named John.
Barry.
Okay.
Ronald.
Like Churchill, only won one Oscar.
Oh, that's probably when they were talking about it.
Well, no,
Well, not because of like that, but just because like everybody plays Churchill.
and always loses. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, never gets nominated. But
Let's go to movies watched. Yeah. I think we've tarried out
no
the
other
Joker.
trailers.
What?
Oh,
No,
the
that was it.
trailers? Okay.
Just those two.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
just-
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably others, but
Yeah, but I'm bad at what I
we
do.
didn't look at them.
I probably did you talk about any of the other like CinemaCon stuff with Warner Brothers? Because they had, like a ton of
No.
stuff.
No, that's not because
Oh.
we're already.
At 118.
Yeah, we are-
I was just like they had like
We are
like,
getting
their
close to our
slate
longest
this year is
yet.
insane because they had that early like this year and then early next year 'cause they had that Wonder Woman 2, It, the Goldfinch, which I didn't know Deacon's shot, and then apparently the trailer for that's amazing. He has 2 movies this year actually. He has that and Sam Mendes' new movie. But he had that one. They had the Goldfinch. They had Joker. They announced the Scooby-Doo animated movie called Scoob. They had Pikachu. They had
Pikachu looks so good.
That was very good.
I'm so excited
okay,
for Pikachu.
let's-
Annabelle,
let's-
Annabelle 2, Conjuring 3, or
Annabelle
3,
3.
Annabelle
Conjuring
3.
Let's-
They had Curse La Llorona.
Oh my god, this is.
There's another one.
That's
that
coming
might-
out soon,
It's,
isn't it?
it's April. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
this month.
Is it next week?
I think so.
It's next week. Next week or week after next? I think it's next week.
Let's go to movies that we've watched, please. This is gonna
Sure.
be. This is
I
gonna
can't
be
think
a
of
long
anything else
one.
they had, so yes.
All right, cool. Go jingle.
Movies that we've watched.
Movies that we've watched. What you got? What you got? Agent,
What? Sorry.
my boy. What you got?
What have I watched recently? Let me check, actually.
I have quite a few.
Go ahead.
I have two.
I will.
I watched Tag.
Did you like Tag?
No. Bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
I didn't think it was bad, though.
I don't think it's bad.
Instantly mediocre.
Not even that. It was just.
6.
It was really poorly paced. Like really poorly paced,
Mhm.
and just kind of not funny and predictable and.
I hate.
They had The Good Liar with Helen Mirren and Ian McKellen. It's been Bill Condon's new movie, and it's it's a thriller about a con man, and apparently the trailer was great.
Right.
Just thought it was a good idea.
The it's Ela Fisher in Tag, right?
Yes.
I hate that character so much.
Yeah, it's
I'm not a
pretty
big
annoying.
Isla Fisher fan.
Same.
I Love Fisher, the next
Is it
Wes
Isla?
Anderson movie.
Is it Isla?
It's Isla.
I've been saying it wrong my entire life.
It's Isla Newbar. Thank you. I also watched
Also,
The Last Crusade.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Motherless Brooklyn, which is Ed Norton's directed movie where the firefighter got killed on set. That was the thing.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently it looks like Live by Night. That was the big comparison. So
Interesting.
Not a good point of reference.
Does it
Anyway.
look like Does it look like Live by Night trailers or look like Live by Night the movie?
The movie.
Oh.
It looks like
Rats.
like
Those are some good trailers.
actor decided to make movie set in 50s but doesn't know how to do period.
Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
It's a noir. The cast is so strange. It's Ed Norton directed and he's a lead, but it also has Bruce Willis and Leslie Mann, which is just
What?
hilarious to me.
Bruce Willis. Interesting.
Not a good actor anymore.
He doesn't try anymore.
Yeah. He was good in something recently. What was he?
He was in Glass. He wasn't good in Glass.
No.
What have I seen recently? What can I watch?
Okay, I can talk. I saw two movies. I saw my favorite movie of the year so far, and I saw my least favorite movie of the year so far.
Dumbo?
Yes,
Sorry, I
including
spoiled what you were
Captain
gonna say.
Marvel. It's worse than. Oh god. So Us
I
was
have a couple,
amazing.
Yeah.
I loved Us. I loved every second of Us. Wow.
Move. Shut up.
I want to hear. I don't want to hear your whole shebang about what it means because I
Looper.
don't have one.
Sorry, is Looper.
Okay.
That is.
That
Bruce
was
2012.
2012.
Yeah.
Which was
I thought you were just
recently-ish.
shouted it was Looper. I was like, okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna react to that.
2012 is when he stopped because that was Looper and Moonrise.
He's a great movie acting as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry.
go on.
So
Us.
I don't want to hear your whole shebang about
Yeah.
what it all means, but I do want to hear what you have to say about the specific twist at the end, because
Like thematically, what it means, or
Yes.
the
What-
actual
wait, what
like,
movie?
setup for it?
thematically and
What movie are we talking about?
Us.
Thematically, or a
Us.
specific scene setup. I can do both.
Scene setup.
Like in terms of in prior in the movie, how you can trace.
No, thematically.
Thematically.
Thematically, not right now, but
Yeah.
at a time. Just because
It's quick for me. I can just say it.
remember,
but,
I watched it and I was like, I don't know if I needed that.
yeah, I think it's brilliant because
But I was also
yeah.
was watching it was there's definitely a meaning for that,
Yeah.
and I just don't have the energy to think about it right now.
I will say it very quickly.
for it.
So I think the whole movie is a critique of the U.S. pretty blatantly, but the movie for the most part comments on the duality of America as the sort of proposed peacekeepers of America, this wonderful shining beacon of hope, and but then also we're the country who says fuck you immigrants, have the most guns, most incarcerated people, most prisons, we're involved in the most wars we have no reason to be involved in. We have these incredibly violent and peaceful shining moments, but also this one is kind of on the surface, this one we kind of hide below. Right? So there's that. But then it also, by that point, comments on how most of our problems we created ourselves, whether that be in a very literal fashion,
Okay.
in the sense of how we created we made Al Qaeda,
Right.
we made ISIS. That is directly our fault. And like that has come to bite us in the ass. We lost 3K Americans in the span of about an hour on 9/11, and that is, as much as you can be on the fault of like radical Islam and all of the like other issues that are and the issue of poverty in the Middle East, all that kind of stuff. That was our fault, and it traces that idea of how can we be so mad about something that we are inherently guilty of, which I think is like fascinating. But yeah,
Yes, that makes sense.
yes.
That's a good answer. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
and then-
specific scene thing. I think it's amazing when you realize that Lupita is the only one who talks, the only one who
Yeah.
knows
No, yeah, that's
who
what I was
knows
thinking as well.
language and who knows English. She talks like someone who knows language conventions but never learned super far in, and also hasn't really talked in years. She feels like someone whose voice is constrained by a lack of use. Like it's such brilliant work. I think it has the same thing that Get Out has of like watching it again and realizing like, oh, there's so many a lot of great
Yeah.
setup. But then also I think like the amount of topics that Us touches on and how it's incredibly indirect, it's incredibly open to interpretation. Like Get Out is direct. It is like this is the idea about
Right.
about black like appropriation.
It states it
yeah,
almost exactly.
Yeah, whereas Us, I mean, I have people say that it's about the idea like self-destruction or about the idea of like shutting yourself off and how that can come back to kill you, that kind of stuff. But like for me, it was like this very direct critique of the U.S. So I think I have like a pretty like political mind. I like think about like that.
Yeah.
But it's like the way that like your perspective on the film can change based on your own just like experience and perspective. Like, it's a brilliant film. And the best of the year so far.
And then the other movie that I saw with Aiden.
Well, it's about on the same level, I would say, especially politically.
Oh my gosh. Dumbo.
It is political.
Dumbo.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What, like animal rights?
No, well that too, but it is directly anti-capitalist and directly anti-Disney, which I found interesting.
Yes, which is very weird.
No,
I
I
can
don't
get behind
understand how that got released.
I don't
It is
either.
blatant. Yeah.
It's called Dreamland.
Yeah.
The first
yeah.
park of Disney World and Disneyland is Fantasyland.
Yeah.
It's Dreamland.
Wow.
The text for it is the exact same
It
as
is the same.
like
The
Tomorrowland
archways.
text.
The literally
Michael Keaton is playing Walt Disney. Like it is so specific. Like about like an hour after like when I left you, I was like, he's doing Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Like it's such a strange thing that like you are
Wow.
directly critiquing the company who is like funding your movie. Like it's
Your
so
shitty
weird.
movie.
It's the first Burton. Even Burton's worst movies feel like Tim Burton movies. After about 10 minutes, this is not a Tim Burton movie. It
No.
feels nothing. It has like none of the call signs.
Which is why I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
Because it didn't come from Disney.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make that movie.
No.
Like, clearly they gave him more free reign than they would lots of other people.
I think he's tired. I think he's tired.
He's just like, I don't know. But okay, so I am someone who absolutely loves going to the movies.
Right.
I love it to death. It's my favorite thing to do.
That's great.
And
You wanted to leave.
I wanted to leave. That's the
wanted to-
first.
Wow.
That's the first time I've ever sat in the theater and thought I want to leave.
Why
If I didn't have an
specifically?
like
I
insane
just-
obsession with getting like my numbers of movies I see per year up, I might have left.
Was it just like really poorly made? Was
It's
it...
just so frequently and just consistently uninteresting.
Wow.
There is just
and then
nothing
when
of
it is
substance.
interesting, it's because you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The Dumbo clown scene that's like one of the intros is horrifying. Like it's not cute, it's terrifying. And it's like I think it's meant to be cute. There's so many strange editing decisions. Like I don't know what you pointed out. Like they do like a like there's a so they totally fuck up the Elephants on Parade scene. It becomes it's like a balloon show instead of being like or bubble show instead of being like him getting drunk and seeing the elephants and stuff. And then he keeps like cutting back to this looped shot of Dumbo where he's just like
Nodding.
smiling and nodding.
Nodding
It's-
to the beat of the song,
Yeah.
and it just keeps cutting to it like it's like a reaction shot. But I'm like, what is he reacting
and it's
to?
clear that it's the exact same effect shot.
It's the exact
it's
same
just being
shot.
looped over.
Wow.
and
It's like a
over
vine,
again.
or like
Yeah.
a GIF.
Wow.
It's really rough. Like at one point it zooms in, but they do it like five. They cut it like 5 or 6 times, and like
It's
the first
so
5 times
many.
it is just the same shot repeated.
It's
the Dumbo looks great, and all the other effects are awful.
Terrible.
The costumes look rough and like misguided. It looks like they have like no consistent idea of what era it takes place in.
Right.
The performances, like Danny DeVito is incredible. He's fantastic.
Well, how can he
But-
not be? He's Danny DeVito.
yeah.
I love him.
But everyone else is miscalibrated. They're awkward. Even Michael Keaton, who's like he's going for something, it's entirely misguided. Like it's just a bad
See,
performance.
I respect Keaton for trying.
He tried.
He goes for it in
Yeah.
that. You said this to me, and I absolutely agree with you. He goes for it.
Yeah.
He does not hold
He has
anything
like all
back.
these strange ticks. He has like this inconsistent but seemingly on purpose accent.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, and it's like the
Yeah.
first that you also said this. It's the first Burton movie with Keaton and with DeVito, right?
Yes,
since
since
Batman Returns.
in '92. So it's been 27 years.
This is what they came
Yeah.
back for.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
Eva
And-
Green is a French actress with a bad French accent in the movie, which is fucking
Bizarre.
great.
How does that even happen?
Colin Farrell goes hardcore for like the southern accent.
He doesn't have an arm.
Does not work.
Yeah. I don't know. He could have been Irish. There were so many Irish immigrants in 19 America. It would have been
19
so.
America.
Yeah, sorry, 1919 America. Like it would have been like that would have been fine. You
Yeah.
could have easily done that. Done an Irish like immigrant accent, but for some reason he's like, no, I gotta talk like this. Cause
I'm a
lasso, I
'cause I-
lasso horses.
Because I used to lasso horses.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's some like weird.
The
like-
kids
yeah. Okay. So the kids
are
Yeah.
terrible.
So
The little girl
Yeah.
in particular is
Yeah, okay.
the worst child performance I have seen.
big note for movies that have smart kids. Liking science isn't a character trait.
Yes.
It's so strange how like the amount of movies that are like, oh, the kid likes science, so that's a character. And it's Tandy Newton's kid. She looks like just like her, which is horrifying. And she's terrible.
Terrible.
No offense to her, but like just a bad. Like you can tell it's directly obvious her lines are being fed to her for almost the entire movie.
There are like plot points that like the characters figure out far after the
Yeah.
audience does.
Plot lines are just left open. Like literally, she's a scientist, and then it is never referenced for about an hour, and then never comes back.
I left the theater to go to the bathroom when I didn't really have to go to the bathroom, but I had to go enough that I figured it was like
And
justified.
it was like the last 5 minutes of the movie.
No, that was the end. So I had
okay.
no. Okay, so the first time I went, I left twice
Yeah.
because I was like,
I've never left
Ooh.
twice in a movie ever.
I went out
Wow.
the first time because I was like, I don't really have to go to the bathroom, but I
But
kind of
you'd
want
like
to
to
know
be out
who
there.
won. We saw it during the Duke Michigan State game,
Yeah.
which I think is the other reason that
You were
I was
pissed
like,
'cause
I
you
wanted to
missed
leave
the-
because I was
you
like,
missed
I
the
could be
Duke game.
watching Duke Michigan State right
Yeah.
now. But I wanted to leave, so I left and checked the score. I went to the bathroom and came back, and then by the end, I like kind of had to go again, but I was like,
And then you came back and you're like, it's still fucking playing.
no, yeah, I was like, I was like, I know what this ending will be. I know exactly what's going to happen.
No.
I'm just gonna go now.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect that. What actually happens? I like the narrative of
forgot.
it. Okay, Danny DeVito doing like a video ad for
Oh
his
yeah,
for
he
his,
does do that.
for his new
Like-
theme park in 1919.
Yeah,
He's speaking to camera, and the camera's like tracking back, like it's like a guy with a camera.
do you
it's
think that's what they were
strange.
trying to do? They were trying to say like these other theme parks are like this, but we're Disney. We're the one at the end.
Well, no, because that one looks nothing like Disney. It has literally
Exactly.
has none of the iconography of any kind. Whereas like Keaton's Park looks like Disney.
Yeah.
It's a batshit movie.
The first
That
ride
shit.
that you see when they walk into Dreamland is almost exactly Astro Orbiter, which is
Yeah.
the first thing you see when you walk into Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Which is insane. They have the Carousel of Progress is basically there.
Yeah.
It literally says like bright.
The more I'm
it says
remembering, the
it says
weirder
big.
it gets.
It says big bright future in front of the quote from Carousel of Progress is like big beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
insane how
Like
oh, God.
the movie,
What a
it's,
movie.
like as you're watching it, it's like a flurry of nonsense. But like I'm like remembering it now, and it's like there's so much weird shit in that movie.
Yeah.
Like a lot of just strange choices that don't really add up ever.
I don't really need to be there.
Yeah, it's like double the length of the original because it's like a
Yeah, the original is
a
like what,
remake?
61 minutes?
Yeah, it's like Cryptid 2 or something like that. It's a remake and a sequel. Which doesn't fit at all. It's bad. It's bad.
God, what a
I did what I forgot what if I did anything. I talked about his movies.
That counts.
Yeah, I'll say go see go see Hotel Mumbai.
I
It's
saw
very good.
Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Are we
It was
doing
good.
suggestions?
No,
or-
we're still on
oh,
movies.
Okay,
that
yes.
we've
So
watched.
Hotel Mumbai I
Yeah.
saw, and it's really good. Go see that.
Yeah, cool.
That isn't my suggestion. That's just the movie I saw, and it was good.
All right, cool.
I gave it a 9 on my Instagram.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good stuff. Yeah, let's move on to our final segment. Finally. So yeah, this is M3 suggestions. Go jingle now. I'm gonna wait until it's a good,
It's your
a good
longest
number.
podcast.
Goodbye.
We're gonna make a suggestion for you today, and you better watch it or else.
I said goodbye, but I didn't. I
Yeah.
meant jingle. Yeah, it is our longest. It is actually.
Oh, for sure, by a lot.
Yes.
By at least.
This is.
20
I think.
minutes by
I
now.
think this is the first time we've ever hit an hour and a half.
Certainly.
So kudos to us.
We've never hit 120 before.
No, I think our longest before this was like an hour
Like
18 with
115,
Jenny.
115,
Yeah.
16, 17.
I didn't listen to the Jenny episodes. I don't know why. I remember I started one of them. I don't think I ever finished it though.
He only ever listens for me,
Yeah.
as do all of our viewers.
But I listened to the one.
I'm gonna stab you.
I listened to the one you did with Rayon because it was like a disaster. That's your worst episode. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh,
if
thanks.
I
He was telling me about this the other
Yeah.
day. He was like,
If I ever
very clearly remembers the one with Rayon and how it's the worst episode.
Yeah, like if I ever do this review thing, I'll like that will like that is the worst episode. Like, it's the only one I've ever seen where it's like it's like actually bad. Like, like otherwise you're even like your weak stuff. It's always like endearing because like you guys are like fun to listen to. But like that one, it sounds like you and Rayon just hate each other.
Oh, well, we kind of do is the funny thing.
Like you just sound like you really do not like
Every-
your company for like.
Every Friday we send each other a Sonic meme, and it's specifically from like a comic. It's like a panel of him sitting all sly and cool, and the caption is "Alone on a Friday night." God, you're pathetic. And I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh.
So
It's-
do you
it's
and
good.
Rayon hate each other?
No.
Listen to it, I was like-
But it you know it's one of those relationships where it certainly sounds like it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
really
a,
sound like you guys
a
just
poke fun.
loathe each other.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good
Okay,
friends.
yeah, that's good.
That's
good. Suggestions.
Anyone got any suggestions? I do. God knows I
I'm gonna
do.
look at.
God
I'm
knows
gonna
I
look
do.
at your Blu-ray cover.
I'm going to suggest.
Have you done Anomalisa?
No. It-
Probably. I've talked about it a lot. In this
We've
podcast.
got 1,000 things that we've already done. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna suggest Patrick H. Willems on YouTube.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He is fantastic. He just released
The Marvel series is
That's
legitimately
exactly it.
good.
Yeah.
It's a very
Oh my
balanced.
God! Let
view
me
of it.
talk. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking
Yeah,
about it.
good.
I like just watched it this morning.
He released like a 3-4 part. No, it's just 3. It's a 3-part. He released a 3-part series on the limitations of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and each of them are like a half hour long, but it's really worth the viewing. He goes really in depth with the problems, and I think what I like most about it is he does it in a very understandable way. Like
Yeah,
I think
balanced.
my biggest problem is I just straight up don't like Marvel. So whenever I say anything, I'm not appealing to an audience that does understand it. So I don't really like effectively point out the issues. This guy does. This guy likes Marvel. He has liked Marvel for a long time, but he's starting to see and understand the problems that having that cinematic universe can have.
I think like our perspectives and our biases have us like frame it in like very different ways. Like if you're like that, like it's like almost like he's like, I'm sorry for like lack of a better phrase, he's getting like red pilled and getting the reality of it. Like for me, it comes across it's like the exact perspective that I have, which is like I think they are consistently well made. I consistently walk out having enjoyed them. But I also don't like think about them as like great art. I think there's like a few that I do, but like most of them I'm like I consume them, and I think he brings up at one point at least. I consume them like a very well made and expensive TV show.
Yes.
Where I'm consistently just like
he talks
I liked
a lot.
That episode a
he
lot,
talks a
and
lot
Avengers
too.
like season finales. And,
He talks a lot too about this idea of change without ever actually doing anything with it.
Yeah, that was like
which
a
is fascinating.
criticism point that I really enjoyed.
Yes.
Where it's like definitely, because I hadn't like fully I didn't have the idea of that, but I feel like with certain examples like Civil War, I have like a big issue with that movie, which is that I think it's like
Bad
I think it's like consistently well made. It's really enjoyable, and then I think it just completely fumbles at the end because it introduces like a really interesting like ideological debate,
and then never.
And then no,
never
not only
delivers.
just like never really address it again.
Yeah.
But it also like within the same movie, kind of just kneecaps and concludes the debate, which is like if they for example if they had done that and then in
Whatever the next
say
movie
like
was.
they did like Iron Man 4 or whatever, like there was like a movie in between that, and then like they concluded it in that, I still would have been like, well, it's kind of weird that they didn't really do much with that, but like I would have been like, whatever. But it's strange that the movie kneecaps itself in its own runtime, which is like I can't think of like another example of that in like mainstream filmmaking.
That movie many
very end
times
kills itself.
That movie many times introduces a conflict and just never really delivers, and it always feels very sort of like, well, then why is there any conflict at all?
I
And
think
like the
yes.
airport fight where none of them wanted to like hurt each other or
Exactly.
do anything to each other.
Yes.
But
Like
so
that is like
it's
one
absurd.
of the Marvel movies where it gets like a good amount of praise, and I don't super agree. Whereas like the ones that are really well praised, I tend to like. The ones that aren't very well praised, I tend not like. It's just like I'm pretty consistent with the average view of those movies, with the exception of like Cap 1. I think it's like a lot of love. Not a fan at all.
I don't think a lot of people love Cap 1.
No.
I think nowadays they do. When it first came out,
Really?
it wasn't well liked. But I see like a lot of like
I don't.
podcasts.
I see a lot of
like,
people that think that it's like
yeah.
one of the weaker ones. But
No,
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
Brian on this one.
Could be wrong. I know.
You read a lot more than I do, so.
I have no idea. But yeah, the great series.
Great.
I agree.
Check it
Did-
out.
did
Patrick
you-
H. Willems, The Limitations of the
Did you
Marvel
watch
Cinematic
the
Universe.
other podcast he did with the
No, the Tick
What
guy.
is it like a podcast?
It's
or
an
is it-
interview.
He does podcasts.
Where
but-
is
but
it? Is it on YouTube?
It's on
Yes,
YouTube. Yeah,
it's really well done. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
It's great
yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
Sounds like something.
The comedy parts aren't great, but the actual analysis part's really fun. Yeah.
Brian, you got something?
I should have been looking for something.
Shoot.
Are you,
I'm like hardcore looking right now. I'm scanning so hard.
we don't have to do.
I
another
wanna
section.
do-
We
Okay,
are
you know
at
what?
an hour 40 minutes.
Have you
Move,
talked
move,
about
move.
a ghost story?
I don't think I've talked about a ghost story, but give me 1 second. Let me. So
I kind of want to do a ghost
I'm
story.
looking in the background on my shelf over here. It's not on my movie shelf, but on my bookshelf. There's a game right there. And it's called A Game of Thrones Catan.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna Settlers of Catan. If you've never played Settlers of Catan, what a great game! I love Settlers of Catan. That's like the best, like, just good time you're gonna have. I love Catan. It's so fun. Screw over your friends, make allies, build civilizations. It's a good time.
I'm not huge on it. It's not my game. But
Have
whatever.
you ever drank while playing?
No, I don't drink. Okay. Aiden and
That-
Brian are high fiving.
It makes it more fun.
3 months sober, baby.
Yeah, nice. Hey, that's good.
But Catan
Celebrate
is
that.
fun.
Yeah,
and the
like,
Game of Thrones version is actually also very
I'm
fun
not
if you're
gonna
willing
do
to
it until
spend.
college. Like, that's not my goal.
Okay.
I have no pretension that I cannot drink in college. So my main goal is just like don't drink till college,
Wow.
and then
I was
my
applauding you.
my liver can die over the course of those 4 years instead of these 4 years.
So yeah, Settlers
Yes.
of Catan.
I love
Specifically the
Settlers
Game
of
of Thrones, or just
The Game of Thrones version is very good. It's
or just
hard to
Settlers
get...
of Catan
Settlers-
across the
See,
board.
okay, so here's the thing. I think Catan gets a bad rep because I think a lot of people hear Settlers of Catan and hear
And
what it's
think
about and think that it's like
boring,
really
yeah.
hard or really boring or like really nerdy,
Which it is.
it's not at all.
Okay.
No, it's very easy to understand. It's very easy to play. Like turn by turn is very simple,
Right.
right? It's not difficult to pick up.
Do you have Phantasm on the Steelbook?
I do. I haven't watched it. I got it for
Why do you-
Christmas.
Oh, okay. I was like, why do you have Phantasm?
Do you like that movie? Is it good?
It's okay.
But the Game of Thrones version is much more complicated and much more like thorough and much more like, wow, you need to be into board games to play it. Which I'm not. I play it every now and then. Most of the time, like the Game of Thrones version comes with a version that's just like regular Catan, so most of the time I just play that. But
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones version is good
That's
if
good.
you're a board game fan.
Okay, Brian, take a vote between these movies.
Okay.
Why
You-
just
you name
Brian?
3.
Hey, why just Brian?
It's 4.
No, 3.
Okay.
I'm also here.
Oh yeah, but Brian has seen these.
Oh,
That's not. I have
makes
not
sense.
seen every movie on that
Have
show.
you seen A Ghost Story?
Yes.
Okay, A Ghost Story, The Tree of Life.
Haven't seen it.
Tree of Life or 45 Years.
You are
Well, it's the
absolutely
pizza.
right. Oh,
It's the pizza.
Brian's-
I also haven't seen. Wait, do I have 45 years on there?
Brian, I will not pause this
Oh,
for you.
is that Weekend? That's Weekend.
Certainly not
I
45
thought
years.
it was 45
Do a
years.
ghost story. I'll be right back.
All right, yeah, Brian's stepping out right now. Go for it, Aiden.
Okay.
Just you and me.
A
Okay.
ghost story.
Yeah.
Starring sex offender Casey Affleck.
Oops.
And well, maybe he's not. We don't really know.
Innocent until
How could we ever
proven
know?
guilty, but also it would be safe to, I don't know, take
How
stuff
could
with a
we
grain
ever
of salt.
know?
We don't. Truly, we don't.
Yeah.
Life
So,
ends.
Starring Casey Affleck, Rooney Mara.
Brian's back.
I'm back with pizza and garlic nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love David Lowery, who's the director and writer.
Right.
I think he's just like a really, he's like he makes like very quiet films that I really appreciate. Like
I love a ghost story.
He did
love
a
quiet
ghost
films.
story. He did The Old Man and the Gun.
I still have not seen it.
It's the sweetest movie about a bank robbery you'll ever see. It's a PG bank rob movie, but it's so good. That one's. I think Pete's Dragon is one of like the better Disney like remake ones.
Yeah, they made
did.
that, didn't they?
And Ain't Them Bodies Saints is also fantastic. He made another one that I'm like blanking on right now. What did he make? What's the one I'm blanking on right now? David Lowery did Before a Ghost Story.
Oh my god, that's hot.
And I want to say pre Pete's Dragon, but maybe even post Pete's Dragon. David Lowery, what the?
I'll look. Keep
What
talking.
the fuck did he do? I want to go on Tinder. But no, I think it's like a really brilliant meditation on just like the nature of time, and how finite that is, and sort of and the relationship between like.
Ain't them
memory-
bodies saints.
I already did that one, but what did he do after that? Was it Pete's Dragon immediately after that, or was there one in between?
He had a short. He did an episode of Rectify, Pete's Dragon, A Ghost Story. He did an episode of Breakthrough, 2 episodes of Strange Angel, and then The Old Man and the Gun.
Oh, so I'm just okay. I was incorrect and correct. Okay, so but I guess like the idea
Saint
of
Nick was in 2009.
No, I don't know that one. I don't like Ain't Them Bodies Saints.
And it's Saint Vincent.
That was Ted Melfi.
Anyway, go on.
It's in Hidden Figures. But it's like there's something so incredibly sad about that movie, about like striving to have your memory there, to have your presence be felt, and then ultimately, spoilers for a 5-year-old movie at this point, not 3-year-old, 2 years old, very wrong, 2-year-old movie at this point. The just at the and then having it be literally demolished, and that final moment. Do you remember the final moment of that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just him, his wife, when she left the home after, because Affleck dies early on, this is his ghost.
Right.
And like watches over the house over the years, and
Barely.
5 minutes in.
Right.
If even.
Yeah, brilliant song.
Like the first 3 shots.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of flashbacks.
Other than the
It's not-
flashbacks,
it's
yeah.
non-linear, yeah, that's right. And the and like basically she like left a note when he left, and he's like always trying to get it out. He's like scratching away at it because he can like physically interact in some vague way. And when he finally gets it out, he opens it. You never see it, and the sheet he's under just collapses.
Yeah.
And there's something just so like. It's that great like lost in translation feel of just. I mean, it's so much better not knowing, just like attaching your own. You can do something as simple as like let go or something. It's like there's so much that you can apply to that, and for a story that's as high-minded as a ghost story is, as arguably like I'm sure a lot of people will be like pretentious, obviously, but it's this. I think it's a really beautiful movie. Also, just immaculately well shot with this beautiful aspect ratio that looks like an old like home video.
3x4 or
Yeah.
4x3
But yeah, it looks like an old like home video like 70s camera.
with little rounded edges.
Yeah, it's really
Cool.
beautifully well shot. And
I don't know if you mentioned this,
Great song.
but holy hell, Rooney Mara in that movie.
Yeah,
is
Or the scene in which she eats a cake or a pie.
it's a pie
It's a
for
pie.
4 minutes.
Yeah, and she'd never had pie before, and she eats an entire pie.
Wow.
Yeah,
She eats. I don't know. Is it the whole thing?
Yes, the same thing. It is an unbroken shot.
It's an unbroken
of her.
shot of her sitting there eating pie for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she throws up.
Yeah. Also a beautiful score.
She's so good in that movie.
Yeah.
She is insane in that
Should have been
movie.
nominated for a movie. A brilliant film.
All right.
One of the more underseen movies of the past couple years, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Long show.
Long.
148 right now.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Thank you for listening. What? You can find us social media, Twitter, Instagram at M3 Movies for
I
both.
smelled it and I wanted it
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, just hop on up here.
We also have garlic nuts.
I have to still have room for a kebab. It's like small size.
What else? Anchor.fm/M3 Movies. That's where you can find us. Jesus, Aiden, what are you doing? What are you
Trying to
up
not
to?
drop it.
Oh god, this is brutal. This is horrible for me. Patreon, you can help us out there. Patreon.com/M3Movies. Everything is like /M3Movies. Bit.ly/M3Movies. That's our YouTube. We do weekly uploads. I guess just thanks for listening. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
It was just really bad and boring.
M3 site.
Yeah, you can
I
go
don't
there.
Yeah, that's all you have.
But for to share us, tell people about us. The best way for us to grow is through you and through your word of mouth.
Here's some good garlic nuts.
Hey, great! good garlic knots for a good podcast.
Mm-hmm.
A goodish podcast. Mediocre.
Best
podcast.
episode.
Think so? Think we haven't topped this?
No way.
I did
That's
rant about
pitiful.
dragons and right for like 10 minutes.
We did have multiple times where we were making plans.
Yeah.
What else do you
Aiden, do you
expect?
listen to the ones that you're on?
I have.
Every now and then I'll listen to an episode if I'm bored and I.
Very rarely do I.
Yeah.
But
It's
sometimes.
fun. I like it. I like our podcast, and that's
I'm
why I
glad
wanna
we
keep
do.
going.
Sometimes just like
Yeah.
things I don't notice that I said,
Yeah.
or that you guys said.
Yeah.
I'll usually listen to them like once.
So yeah, let's wrap this bad boy up. Thank you for listening. I'm Jack.
I'm Brian.
Say your name now, Aiden.
My name is Aiden.
Okay. Jesus Christian Bale. This has been M3
You say
Movies.
Jesus question mark?
I
I'm
said
sorry.
Christian Bale.
You said Christian Bale,
this
yeah.
This has been M3 Movies. Thank you for listening. We love your stupid faces. Bye bye.
Sugar.